Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Can you edit this on the fly?
What's going on? What's going on?
What up, guys?
What's up?
That's fine. Yeah, that's good. That's better. I just gotta watch the shadows. What's up, Pro?
I'll push over more.
And you rub ankles?
Okay. What we got going on here? We look good? We look good.
It's just the shadow. That's really
Hey,
good.
quiet down! Sorry, people are talking in the background.
What's up, Pro? Is Tate's not here?
What's
What
up,
up, Wally?
guy?
Alright, so this is episode 1 of two guys, one mic. We're just gonna be, bullshitting, talking about stuff, arguing about stuff. So basically, I'm President Sloan. You can follow me on any social media as President Sloan. This is Thick Neezy right here.
Hi, y'all.
So,
You can only follow me on Facebook and Twitter. I don't really use anything else, but maybe I'll change that.
what up, Toxic? What's up, chat? Alright, so first, I thought we would just do introductions, who we are, why we're doing this. It's probably going to be primarily video game related, but I'm definitely interested in covering other topics and stuff like that, but for the most part, it'll be probably video game related.
For the
So,
most part. Until we get political, and then we just start talking about a whole bunch of other nonsense.
yep.
And who knows, maybe we'll just talk about Toxic and Pro. Who's the better Fortnite player?
Top 5 porn stars. Male.
That is actually...
Male porn
Should we
stars,
add that to the
obviously. Yeah,
agenda?
throw that on the list. Got it. All right, so I think first, just to kind of get to know who we are. I mean, a lot of in the chat know who we are, but yeah, we're in school. We're in lunch right now. We're in lunch, so we could swear and talk and do whatever we want. You know what I'm saying? So, so I think just to kind of get the idea for who we are and what kind of shitty games we like to play. I think my first question to you would be, if you had to narrow your list of favorite games down, and it can be kind of vague. I've done this before on my Twitter where I make a dumb long ass list of my favorite games.
Yeah.
But just off the cuff, if you had to just say, and I was thinking whether to do genre, what's your favorite FPS, what's your favorite blah. But I think just rattle them off. If you had to say, you want to do top 5 or top 10?
Let's do top 5, because I don't think I can manage a top 10. Top 5 is tough. Thank you guys for the follows and hosts.
Appreciate you guys.
Top 5 is tough. It's I like to talk about games, but then every time I talk about
It's
a
hard.
game, I remember another game.
Exactly. That's the problem. That's why when you narrow down to 5, it's kind of hard to be you know what? Damn, if I say, oh, Battle Block, that's a game by one of my favorite developers, Behemoth. If I say that, then I'm damn, I can't not say Castle Crashers.
Well, how about we do this? We do a 5, but not a top 5.
What if we do
We name
5, but
5
then
games shot for shot. What games we love the most.
All right.
It's not going to be
No
the
order,
first
no
one's the
order.
top. It's
No-
not no
yeah, okay,
order.
perfect.
It's just going to be,
I can't
hey,
do
I
that.
like this game for
Thank
this
you for the host,
reason. We're going to
Mason.
try to keep this segment kind of short.
Yeah,
We
just to
don't wanna
kind
be
of
too
understand
long.
what we're into and the kind of games that we hold dear to ourselves and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Rust, yikes. Fortnite, nah, Fortnite's on there. Go ahead.
Maybe we'll throw a poll into chat
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I like
See
that.
that, but maybe that'll be another streamer because I actually have to figure out how to do that.
Right.
I'm a little bit of a nub at this right now.
All right. All right.
All right,
So
so I'll go first.
off the top of the head,
Top of the head, I gotta say Last of Us.
Last of Us.
Last of
I don't
Us.
I literally have no information on this whatsoever. If you told me there's another game that I referenced, like there's two games that are, I think they're PlayStation exclusives, that both of these games get super, like, I don't know which one's worse. There's Last of Us and there's another game.
Last of Us and Uncharted.
No,
Or God of War.
no. I know those are exclusives, but it's a similar game. The other game that I'm thinking of might be not exclusive, but what's the game? Last of Us, that has parkour in it?
That does not have parkour.
What's the one with the parkour? That's the one I get mixed up with.
Dying Light.
That's okay.
Dying
I
Light
feel like
is
they
a
have
completely.
I feel like they have the similar art
zombie.
style.
They have zombies. That's the only
Alright.
similarity.
But one's like spores and shit.
Yeah, Dying Light. That's like first person. That's like so.
Oh, alright.
It is a really dope game, but Last of Us is a third person story action game.
That's the one with the girl and the dude.
It's the
little
yep.
girl.
It's
Okay.
Ellie and Joel, and pretty much it's them just surviving, trying to find the Fireflies. I believe the rebellion group is called, to fight back against the system and pretty much find a cure. Cause
So a little bit like I Am Legend in a sense.
it's like I Am Legend if I Am Legend wasn't so depressing. Like you can, because there's a lot of like you get a lot of scenarios in the game where you're like, I mean, first 15 minutes, I'm not a crier, but damn near that almost made me cry. Like that hits.
That's a good point. I don't think I've ever cried at a video game before.
That like that part hits because it starts you off. You play as a certain person. 15 minutes later, you get hit with something, and you're just like,
I mean,
that's
I've
quick.
cried at a video game because of how pissed I've gotten, but emotionally, like I don't think I've gotten. to
but
that point.
just graphics. I mean, I played it on PS3. I played it to the PS4 when it got remastered, and the story was just amazing. But then it also catches you with the multiplayer.
Right, sneaky
Multiplayer.
A lot of games are like that. Like Mortal got like
That multiplayer. Dude.
cried at Gears 3. That's a good point. Yeah, that shit was tough.
Oh, hold on. We gotta change that. Can I do that from here? I can't do that from here. Basement Flavor is supposed to be a mod. Is Mr. Mortal a mod? He might be. We'll take care of that.
So I'll just let you go first. You do yours, then I'll do mine. Because I feel like if we would go back and forth, we would sit here and have a conversation about every game for way too long. So I think you do yours.
Well, name a game, reason why you like it.
Yeah.
And then we can move on.
Because like that game, I want to know more about because I don't. If you like, a lot of people don't know this, but the reason why I'm such a Fortnite fiend and he hates that I am is because of him. Like he was trying to put me on the Fortnite for
Fortnite Save the World.
right, but like
Save the World. Let's say that.
but BR wasn't a thing yet. So he was like, "Oh, this game is really good." Blah blah blah. Like trying to put me on. I was like, "Nah, that game's fucking stupid." Whatever. And like, he was the
stupid.
first Fortnite player I ever knew, like ever. Like, so he was trying
stupid,
to
right?
he was trying to, like get me onto it. Now he's trying to get me off of it. So I definitely appreciate his his opinion. So like that game, I've never had that experience. So like I don't know anything about it. So like I want to know more about it. You know what I'm saying? So
That could be definitely another episode where we go more in depth. But
so that's one.
I got one. I let you go because I already went
Well, that's
in depth
hard.
on
Like
that.
if we're gonna go back and forth, like I don't know what to say first. I feel like the first
Throw
one's like,
something out.
all right. I mean,
Pick
I gotta
a
go.
game.
Obviously, Pokemon. Like Pokemon, just the whole franchise as a whole. Like
The whole franchise.
yeah. I mean, I can.
Can't pick one Pokemon.
No, I
game
could.
that-
If I needed to, I could. But like, I just don't feel like that's necessary. It really comes down to like what generation like you like. Like it's all the same game. Like it really is. Like it's like the reason why I love Pokemon so much is because of like the device that it is, not just because of a specific game. Like mechanically speaking, like Pokemon's nothing insane, but like the anime, I'm not like huge into the anime, but the anime, the cards, the collectibles, the huge culture in Japan, like just everything around it kind of sources. This is the problem with Fortnite with me as well. Like Fortnite isn't just a game. It has a lot more to it, you know what I'm saying? So like there's a lot of things surrounding it which pulls me in as well as what the game itself is, you know what I'm saying? So if I had basically, if I had to say, like, if I can only play one franchise, and, like, this is a big deal because Fortnite is so big to me, but, like, if I had to pick one franchise that I could only play for the rest of my life, it would be Pokemon, honestly. Like, it really would be. And, like, if I had to dial it down to a specific game, it would be Soul Silver. Like, the OG games, like, I love Red and Blue, but, like, mechanically speaking, they're pretty shit. But, Silver, shout out to Mortal again, but, like, Gold and Silver, like, is where, the franchise took off for me and, like, had that wonder of, like, oh my god, like, there's new shit, there's new Pokemon, what is that, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I remember
like,
Silver
it was
pretty
so
dope.
good. And then, like, when they remade it, like, and it's weird because I usually hate remakes of Pokemon games. Like, I really, really dislike Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, but Heart Gold and Soul Silver, like, for some reason at GameStop, they resell for more than they retailed for. So, like, they originally came out at, like, $35, now they're, like, up to, like, $50 right now. It's so weird because, like, they're just so good. Like, any Pokemon you have can follow you around.
That's why GameStop is crashing.
Oh yeah, it's terrible. That's a topic. That's definitely a topic. Because
Definitely.
GameStop is like, I don't want to do business with them, but they got the Mindy codes, man. Oh man, so that's mine. Pokemon, like, as a whole, but dialed down, probably Soul Silver. I mean, Sword and Shield are amazing games, a huge step in the right direction. So that's my favorite game, Sword and Shield, like, mechanically. But, like, as far as nostalgia goes, or like feeling or vibe or whatever, it's Soul Silver, definitely.
All right, I could get down with that. I'm not I like Pokemon, but it's not gonna hold me.
That's fine. You really have to. It's like you really have had to, like, let it, like you had to host that. What's the word? Like that parasite. You had to host that parasite for 25 years in order to love it as much as me, and that's what I did. So, like, that's why it's got me, you know what I'm saying? But for someone who hasn't done that and hasn't, like, been with the franchise the entire time and been obsessed with it, like, I can see how someone could look at the game and be like, all right, this is kind of like the same shit. This is not that intriguing. But, like, for me, I can sit there and shiny hunt for weeks at a time,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So, like, that's just, it's weird.
All right, so that's it. Next top game, second one in the order.
No order.
I gotta say Skyrim.
Damn.
Skyrim.
All right, can we just both of us? All right, since this is just you guys getting to know who we are, can we just both just say Bethesda? Well, minus
You can't say no, not anymore. You cannot say Bethesda anymore.
Minus 76.
That's why 76 Fallout 4 was dope, but it let me down.
It's so
it didn't
bad.
get me.
All right, but look.
And
Can you,
everything
all right,
that they're doing, I cannot throw
all right,
Bethesda in a good pile. Right
them monetizing mods again is fucking gross. And, like, again, I haven't been around for the 76, like, controversy, so I don't really know what's going on that front.
Yeah.
But I agree, like, 76 is a fucking travesty. Everything they've done is they're just moving the wrong way. Like, everything they're doing is, like, it's just gross. Everything feels gross. Like, they were the biggest reasons why, with the horse armor. Do you remember horse armor?
I remember Horse Armor.
So, like, that was the biggest.
What was that, $15?
I don't remember it. I remember
crazy.
hearing about it because I never, like, by the time I was playing Oblivion, I was still in high school or middle school, so, like, I wasn't financially able to even buy DLC, so it wasn't, like, a thing to me. Like, I didn't give a fuck. I just played Oblivion, and that's on my list, Oblivion. Like, I love Skyrim, but Oblivion, if I had to choose one of the Elder Scrolls, it would be Oblivion. But so, like, they already got in trouble for that shit. They already had, like, backlash for selling cosmetic stuff and mods, basically, and stuff like that. They already set their fan base on fire with the selling of dumb shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And now here they are. Oh, no. It wasn't the horse armor. The horse armor was dumb, but it was actually...
Well, the Horse Armor was pretty bad because they were charging for that, but then you can mod something even better because the Horse Armor literally was like...
No, there was a different
a
controversy
strap
of
or
them
something.
selling mods. Like, they were literally monetizing mods.
Yeah,
or something.
now they made the Creation Club.
I know that, but I don't know. Maybe.
All right, let's get back to Skyrim.
Yes.
Favorite? I played 300 hours on PS3. I lost that save, played another 300 hours on PS3.
Yeah, it's insane.
I downloaded it onto PS4 when it got remastered.
I literally had to cut my goddamn hands off to not buy it on Switch. Like,
It's wrong.
So
it's
fucking
wrong.
bad.
I even almost played it on Amazon Alexa. Like, I was like, "Oh, yo, this is so dumb." And then,
That's
like, I was
possible.
sitting there the other day. I was just like,
What the
I
hell?
wonder how good it was.
How are we here? How are we here where we can play fucking video games?
But I mean, I
Android.
loved the whole setting. I loved just going. I just love those games where I can just go out and I can just do whatever the hell I want,
Yeah.
and
See,
I can just
that's
find a cave, get distracted for an hour.
That's my favorite thing about the majority of the games on my list is like, and also a problem with a lot of the games, like specifically Skyrim. Like, if you could just play Skyrim and not be the Dragonborn, I would prefer that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
yeah, you've always said that. Yeah.
Like the whole aspect of just doing whatever the fuck, I love it, and that's why I liked Oblivion a little bit more than I like Skyrim, just because they had the Fighters Guild, they had the Thieves Guild, they had this, that, the Dark Brotherhood, all that stuff. I know that like a lot of those things do carry over, but I feel like a lot of it was more in depth and further away from the main story than a lot of the stuff in Skyrim. Like, I feel like in Skyrim, like a lot of the stuff you do, I'm not gonna say like it's all about the main quest, because that's false. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like a lot of the stuff, like you can go directly from the start of the game in Skyrim to the arena and just do that.
Yeah.
And just do that forever. And the way that the game scales, it never got too crazy. And like you could still use the fucked up physics of Oblivion to kind of like get around him and attack him and shit. So like you could still just go complete that entire story arc, and it had nothing to do with the main line. You know what I'm saying?
Literally, all you had to do was
just rotate.
Get your sneak up
For
at,
me,
at the first level.
I was always swords.
Get the cheapest bow and arrow.
Yeah.
Sneak times 3-0 kills everything.
That's true.
I mean, I was
That's
sitting
how
about
Mortal-
like 100 meters away from a dragon, just one-shotting
That's
it.
how Mortal played a lot of it. For me, like I played as a Khajiit, so like not that matters, but I just played as a swordsman, and literally you could just like rotate around dudes and just fucking melee them to death. Like, it was really good. What up, Tate?
All right,
up,
that's
chat?
my
What's up, chat?
second one. So let's go on. To
I
your
kind of
second.
hijacked that one, so I'll say that as one as well. So basically, for
Oblivion as the second one.
Oblivion's like one of mine, but I'll do one as well. But that's definitely on my list. Like, Oblivion was gonna be on my list regardless if you mentioned Skyrim or not. But for me, it's Bethesda games as a whole minus 76, because 76 obviously
Wolfenstein, all that.
All right.
Bethesda RPGs.
Bethesda, isn't there like studio and developer? Isn't there like a separation of the two?
Yeah, but I think Bethesda, the developer, made
They
Wolfenstein.
developed-
If I'm not,
So
if someone wants to look that up and let us know, but
yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
So I've never played Wolfenstein. I'm sure it's fire, but you played it?
it's
Is it like Doom?
it's
I
like
look
Doom.
at it and
I
it's
didn't
like
enjoy Doom. Everybody loves Doom.
I heard Doom was fire, but
That's
again,
all I hear. So
I'm not a
and I was just like,
I'm not a boomer, so like I don't remember the first Doom, so like I have no point of reference for like enjoying it. But it looks dope, like it looks flashy. I like demons, I like that dark shit. So like I'm sure if I played it and gave it the time, I would enjoy it. But like I just don't have that drive to even play it really. So like it is what it is. But
all right. So number 3.
well, I was just about to make a point. Fuck.
Oh, what do you mean?
It was about yeah, so like so Bethesda games, like the RPGs, like you said, yeah. So
RPGs,
yeah,
okay.
the Bethesda RPGs, Fallout 3, I loved. A lot of people like you for some reason, like you remember Fallout 3 like in a weird light, right? Or you enjoyed it?
I love Fallout.
Okay,
3.
all right.
Fallout 3 is probably my favorite Fallout.
Really?
Yeah.
Over 4?
I completed everything in there.
Yeah,
Fallout
yeah,
New
same.
Vegas, I probably got like to 75%. That was a dope game as well.
Yeah, New
but
Vegas was really good.
Other stuff got me away from it.
I just feel like New Vegas, it was different. Like it had like a different flavor. It had just like
I didn't down the sights, so
right, yeah, right. I don't remember that. You always say that in
hilarious.
conversation, but I don't remember not being able to ADS in 3.
It's
That's so weird.
so funny. It's so funny when I go back and look at gameplay videos of Fallout 3. Just
I
all
don't
they
remember
do is
that.
they go like this, and then you go to look down the sight, and it just goes like this. It's like Counter Strike.
Yeah.
It just puts like a little
Really?
extra zoom on it.
I
Yeah.
don't remember that.
So I don't think I could go back and play it.
No,
but
but the story, like, again, like how I say, like, I don't really give a fuck about the mainline story, but like in that game specifically, like that drew me in. And same thing with Fallout 4. Like, I like how the twist, no spoilers, but if you haven't played Fallout 4, you know, I don't give a fuck at this
think we
point.
could
Nah,
spoil the
I'm
crap out of that.
joking. But no, but Fallout 3 and Fallout 4, like, I think that both of those games, because the story was so personal, and it was like a father story, which, like, obviously us being fathers is like kind of, you know, personal. So like that drew me in, and you not being. I mean, in Fallout 3, I guess in a sense you kind of are the chosen one. Like you gotta save the world, kind of, with the water system.
Well,
but,
you and your dad are.
but it's more about like a father-son story, really.
Yeah.
Like in my opinion. So those stories, contrary to what I've said before, like those main stories, I did enjoy. Like Forso is a little bit more, like crazy, a little bit more like chosen one-ish, like the one dude to bring down the big baddie, but
Yeah.
it's still a personal story. It still has a lot of like gravity, and in both of those games, I feel like I don't want to say Skyrim and Oblivion's on our list without mentioning those. Like, those are both absolutely
They have
fantastic.
to be on the list.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're fantastic games.
if you played them, they just go on your list. It's
Yeah,
like it's
really.
like for some reason, whenever you play those games, they're just like transition onto your top games you've ever played list. Like you literally don't even mean to. It just happens.
Thank you for the host, bro. What up, chat? What up, chat? So we have the Bethesda. So my turn. Damn. I'm just gonna go.
You just did Bethesda, so now it's gonna be my turn.
Well, no, I'm just gonna run down two because I kind of hijacked that. I'm gonna run down two because I feel like they don't really have a conversation. I'll just mention them, and Mass Effect 3. I never really got into Mass Effect. I know Mass Effect 3 is. I know the whole franchise is insane, and like I played the first one like recently, like as of, like maybe last year or the year before, and like I was gonna just run through them all, but I never got around to it just because it takes so much goddamn attention to like.
I appreciate Mass Effect, but it's not gonna make my top games.
Oh yeah, not. I mean, I would have to play them. It has the ability to be for sure because I'm into that kind of shit, like sci-fi, like space RPG. Like I feel like that's like a untapped. Am I wrong in saying that? Like a kind of an untapped market. Like besides Mass Effect, can you think of any like? I mean, Fallout.
It's definitely,
but that's like a
the
really
best space RPG that I've played.
right. And like despite the horrible atrocity that was Andromeda, I still want to play it eventually.
I always look at Andromeda. I was hyped for Andromeda.
Me
I was
too. Just
watching
that
everything.
initial concept art looked fucking amazing. It looked
looked good.
so good.
Even the trailer, like the graphics, you're just like, damn, this looks so good.
Yeah. But so
See, I never really got to the multiplayer for Mass Effect 3.
yeah, I referenced that earlier in the show. The like that's one of the sneaky multiplayers. Like you don't expect one of those games to really have a decent multiplayer, but I remember you grinding the shit out of Mass Effect. It was something to watch.
All right, so
I'm just gonna reference like a quick game that will have less conversation probably.
Yeah.
But Skate 1.
Damn,
that's
I
on my
forgot about
list.
Skate.
Skate is on my list easily.
Damn, I forgot about
So
that.
I don't know if you remember this, but on Mineral Spring Avenue, shout out to Rhode Island heads, there was a game store. I forgot what it was called, but
Mineral Spring.
it was
Game Crazy?
no, it wasn't a chain. That's what made it cool.
Oh, it was like a mom and pops.
Kind of. It was like a auntie and uncles.
Oh.
Yeah. No, but it wasn't ran by like it wasn't like a little arcade store. It wasn't like a little like comic book shit. Like it was like it looked if you went inside, it looked like a GameStop would at the time or anything would at the time.
I had one of those. It's still a mom and pop.
Right,
I
yeah,
mean,
okay, yeah.
Mom and pop, it just means it's not owned by a corporation.
Right. Okay. Gotcha.
And
So-
I've had one of those on Broad Street. It was at the little corner store. It's a chicken spot now.
I
Right
don't
on the
know.
counter.
Oh yeah.
That used to be a game store.
Really?
That's where I got Devil May Cry for the first time.
shit.
So like,
All right, so this store specifically, I forgot what it was called, but their like tagline was like "try before you buy" or some shit. So you could literally walk into this store and say, "Hey, I want to try that." They would crack the fucking game for you, put it in the console, and you could try the game before you bought it.
it's hilarious.
It's really dope.
That's
and
a
you've never
dope idea, though.
never heard of it?
I'd never heard of it.
So it was on Mineral Spring. Do you recall where? Are you familiar with Mineral Spring? Obviously,
Yeah.
You know where it's on the side where the high school is at.
Okay, yeah.
So
Past Lowe's.
it's right before the high school, coming from like up the hill,
Yeah.
and it's right there where like the Eblins or sneaker store or whatever it is.
Yeah, that
they
little
used to be
plaza.
right in there. So after high school, when I was going to North Providence High School, I would go to this store, and literally just be like, "Yo, can I just try Skate?" Like every fucking day. Like I literally played because I couldn't get it, and it wasn't around Christmas time. I downloaded the demo for Skate, and I would just play the demo for Skate, like for fucking hours. And like it was allotted time, so like I could play for like 20 minutes. So I would just run through it and then just reload it Like I was so head over. Like I loved Skate, and then Skate 2 dropped, and it was like, damn. Like,
It was like
it was a little
wasn't
bit
terrible.
more. It was a little bit
just-
more Tony Hawkish in my eyes.
Yeah,
like
it went
unrealistic.
a lot more
The physics,
casual. It didn't go like
the physics were kind of goofy and like
that was so dope on skateboarding with the stick.
yeah, it was amazing.
the
It was
tricks.
like they literally took an idea and then just switched it up. And I know there's a new game coming out. Do you recall what it's called?
I don't. I seen
Anybody?
something.
Is anybody in chat? This man was a skate fiend. Yeah, I really was a skate fiend. It was bad. And then Skate 3 dropped. Skate 3 kind of took Skate 2 and made it better, and the physics were better, but it still
Not as good
wasn't.
as Skate 1,
yeah,
yeah.
it still didn't have the like just the rawness of Skate 1, and like Skate 1, as goofy as it was, and like not being able to get off your skateboard and just fucking walk upstairs, like as goofy as a lot of it was the most like heavy and like physically like in depth. Like I just felt like it was the most raw skate out of them all. Like it was
Yeah, you weren't
by-
just
by
doing
far.
straight ollies
yeah like
on the ground going 5 feet into the air.
right.
Just standing there, just popping.
Yeah,
up,
exactly,
popping up,
exactly.
popping
And then
up.
and then like in Skate 2, you're running around with Robin Big, which is cool, but it's like a lot of the shit they had you doing was like you're fucking flying over like a water
Yeah,
fountain,
it got a lot
grinding.
more
Like, yeah,
grandiose.
it was fine. Like I guess if you're gonna do a sequel, like you really don't have any other direction to go in. Then I mean you do. If you just like made Skate 1 in a different location, and then added getting off your board in a way that isn't horrible, because like in Skate 2, like when you got off your board, you literally walked like a fucking tank. Like you
Yeah,
had to
it was
walk
terrible.
and then turn and then walk. Like it was terrible. So
I
Skate
mean,
1,
minor things to fix. That would have been
Right,
a
yeah,
nice
like,
skate
they-
too.
they coulda
New
just made,
area,
like-
go to like a new country.
Right.
That would have been dope.
yeah, oh hell yeah, like
Going to,
a
to Paris or,
or like
Tokyo
or like
some big stuff like
there's
that.
there's some dope skaters like that are from just like really run down areas that seeing that side of skateboarding and bringing that to light, that would have been a
that
dope
would've
way to go too. But that's a different story.
Alright.
So Skate 1, that's on my list easily. Pass it off to you. Let's see what you got.
I'm gonna bring it back.
Where are we going?
I am going back to that 64.
Oh shit. I have one on N64 too.
And it's gonna be Zelda Ocarina of Time.
That is a good one.
That game, till this day, I'm pretty sure I can just play it and go through it no problem in
Alright.
a day.
All right, so I have a confession. I've never told anyone this, literally.
You never played it.
No, no, not that. So I've bragged to my cousins, bragged to my whatever, blah blah blah. I've talked mad shit throughout my 26 years of life. I don't think I've ever beaten Ocarina of Time, personally. It's because I started the fuck
You
over.
never beat the story, or you never got
I
out
never.
of the side
So
stuff,
I've gotten. So as an adult, I've gotten to an adult and back to a kid.
Yeah.
But like as a child growing up, and like in real life, not in Zelda. Like as me, I don't think that I ever started and finished. I think I've always played the shit out of it. So like it's still a great game, and I still have the ability to talk about it.
Yeah.
But I really don't think that I've beaten it as a whole. I don't think I have. I've gotten to like
It's
the point.
crazy to me
I've
because
got-
I've probably beaten it like
I've never. I don't,
over 20 times.
I've gotten so many parts and like so far and like gotten to an adult, and then you can swap from an adult to a kid and
Yeah.
all that shit. Like I've done all that, but like I don't think I've ever sat down and like gone all the way through, because
If you haven't done it now, it's never gonna happen.
I agree with that.
It would never. That's gonna be on your tombstone. I'm gonna make sure of it. Has never completed Ocarina of Time.
See, but I
But-
can still reference it and claim that it is a great game. But I feel like you referencing that, we can't at least say Breath of the Wild.
Breath of.
Okay, see.
All right, let's.
All right.
just
Let
get-
me
let's get
say
through
this. Let me say
again.
this. Let me say this. Would Breath of the Wild if Breath of the Wild had an ending? Would you put it on your list? Would you be more likely to put on your list than you would now?
No,
No.
no. Even the ending soured my like for Breath of the Wild,
Really, that much?
but
Oh,
not that much.
that's
But
not the-
just
that's not the
because the
reason?
game itself, right there with Pro said, I played it once. I can't play it again. Ocarina of Time, I've
You could-
literally
but,
beat
all right,
20
all right,
times.
all right, but listen.
And it wasn't like hey, can you do this for me? Can you beat it? Like, I've had that with my cousin, so I've
Right.
actually had more than 20 times. 20 times solo. The music,
The soundtrack is fucking amazing.
the story I
do you,
love,
do you
the
chalk,
different temples I love.
But do you chalk any of that up to nostalgia?
No,
like-
because I played that like 5 years ago, and I enjoyed the shit out of it.
Have you played it on DS?
I actually even played on my phone. I beat on my phone.
Really?
Yeah, I downloaded an emulator. I beat on my phone back, I think, when I was working at Lowe's. That's got to be about 5-6 years ago.
Fucking Wind Waker. That's on my list. That is on my list.
That's actually, I liked
Oh
Wind
my
Waker.
god, Wind Waker is the best Zelda. Period. The art style, in my opinion.
The art style is the best.
It's
out of
fucking
all the
amazing.
Zeldas. I love that. A lot of people didn't like it. I don't know why, but the Wind Waker had a beautiful art style to it. Especially when you got the HD version.
I never played on the Wii. It was on the Wii U.
Oh, the Wii U.
The Wii U. I never touched it.
Oh,
on
just 1080p alone, that thing looked freaking amazing.
But even on GameCube, for what it was, like, this is my point. Like the argument that we just had on Twitter, which is like the reason kind of why we started this show is just because we have so much shit to talk. Like, if you're still like, if your main drive to play a video game is the graphics, like, you're fucking playing video games wrong. And I know that's kind of like a.
But that's what the corporations think now.
Well, I don't
Sony,
even
Microsoft,
think,
they're
I don't
all-
even think that's true anymore. I think like.
Well, it is. They're all
but that was-
touting
but no,
8K.
Yeah.
Who the hell has an 8K TV? Like, yo,
Alright,
that's so
but my-
dope. I could play an
but
8K.
my
I can't
question
wait to
is-
do that on my 1080p monitor.
But my
Like, I
question is,
just got a 4K monitor.
Who has
now I have
eight-
to upgrade to 8K? You're out of your mind.
who has 8K eyes though? Is who I want to know.
Nobody has 8K eyes. Like, what they need to come out with is be like, yo, all right, you want to do 4K? All right, we got 4K. 100 frames. I don't even care if they
it's
don't do
frames.
120.
It's frames.
100 frames.
It's
frames.
frames.
Make it smoother. They're
Like-
they're telling, yo, we got 4K. Like,
And,
all
like,
right,
this
we're
is
running
why it
4K
took me
at 30
so
FPS. Like,
It took me so long to get to this point where I'm at, and like to just be. I'm a PC fucking player, and I don't own a PC because I, and like the reason why I'm like this is because of Fortnite. Like, I can watch people on YouTube do shit that I literally, even if I had like 12 extra fingers, I fucking can't do it because the game doesn't process at that speed on an Xbox, on a PlayStation, on a Switch. It's 30 frames.
on
Like,
a Switch.
whew, like,
God damn, that is
like so
processed a lot.
so if they're gonna lobby me, so like I've never had this issue before, because like so right now, and this is gonna be, we're gonna bring this up later in the show, but like I'm playing GTA right now, and like every time I get killed, I'm like, this motherfucker's playing on PC, what the fuck? And I'm like, wait a second, that's not a thing.
Yeah.
Because like, so like, it's a weird thing, because that's the whole reason why I'm experiencing, the reason why I want to play on PlayStation is, I mean on a PC,
PC, yeah.
rather.
I wish.
Yeah, right.
I want to hear those words come out of your mouth. You
God
dirty
damn,
little mouth, admit it.
we're gonna edit that in post. The reason why I want to play on PC so badly is because I'm forced to play against people on PC, and like I'm seeing firsthand how much more optimized every fucking thing is. Even if you're playing on controller, it has nothing to do with your heart, your you know, your peripheral, your
Yeah,
what
keyboard
you're
and mouse
playing with.
makes a difference, but just
Yeah,
playing on a
definitely.
PC alone is
But like
it increases like this.
they can literally
alone.
do shit that I can't physically see on my Xbox. Like they can, I know this doesn't really mean anything to you, but they can, you know, place a wall, edit it, shoot me, re-edit it before I can even fucking see that happen, and I can do nothing but sit there and just be like, if I had fucking 40 more frames, I may have been able to do something about that. I
Yeah.
may have been able to outplay. I may have, but it's fucking impossible. So like at this point, all I give a fuck about is frames. And like I know there's other you know, specifications that I could be worried about, you know what I'm saying? But like at this point, I don't give a fuck about graphics. I'll play at 720. I don't fucking care. Like I was over here at your house trying to fucking screw up the resolution so that way it looks ugly because of the frames that I would benefit from. You know what I'm saying? So like I just think that
Not to say that my PC is shit because I can
No,
run
it's-
4K at 120
it's
frames per
fantastic.
second.
It's fantastic. He has 16K computing power.
So,
So yeah, so my
Alright.
so graphics is like the last thing in my eyes, and this is all stemming from the fucking Wind Waker conversation.
yeah, I don't even understand
So,
Ocarina
but,
of
alright.
Time to freaking.
But
All right, let's get back. We can always go back to that kind. Ocarina of Time, I love it. I love it more than Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild was dope. Such a good entry. I'm glad they added a bunch of open world mechanics.
yeah, I think it was a
But
huge
honestly,
step.
I think
huge
the
step for the franchise.
temples, could have been better.
Yeah, they were pretty
They were
simple.
like
but there was a lot of them.
Very, very basic.
They were. But there was a
And,
lot of them.
There was a lot of shit to do that didn't really do anything. Like, if you collected all the seeds, then you get a golden poop that did nothing.
Is that what it did?
Yeah, you literally collect almost 999 seeds. 999 seeds.
Yeah, I didn't.
And then you get a golden poop that doesn't do anything.
a golden poop.
A golden poop. It was shaped as a poop, and it did nothing. It's literally a spit in the face from the developer saying, "Ha, you're an ass clown for collecting all this stuff." So, I mean, great game. Not my top game. I love Ocarina of Time because every time I've played it.
That being
I've
said,
beaten it.
are you excited for 2? Because I don't think I.
I always seen is what that little trailer where like.
Right. But are you excited for the idea of it too?
I'm excited for the idea that they. I messed that up. Hold up. There we go. Yeah.
I'm excited for the idea of something else to play on the Switch.
Yeah, I use my Switch besides putting the games on for my kids.
Yeah.
But I mean, the trailer looked good. Didn't really show anything. We haven't heard anything about the game, so.
Well, since we're talking about Switch, I'll go with my next game, Smash Brothers. I guess that's fair.
Smash Brothers.
There's really not much I can even talk about that. Smash is just like I feel like with the Wind Waker conversation, the GameCube was such a huge part of my childhood. So like Melee, what up, Dex? Melee was such a huge part of my and my brothers and my very close group of friends' childhood. Like that's what we did. I don't recall the exact numbers, but there was like an easy way to unlock Mewtwo by doing something, and then like the way that you just fucking play 200 hours of matches, and that's how we got Mewtwo. Like Mewtwo was like the dude in Melee, so like that's what we did. I did see that. Yeah, we're gonna be talking about Pokemon. We have that. Like that's like its own
we
topic.
got that later on. Pokemon and certain other game we're gonna have later.
So Pokemon is its own topic. Stay tuned for that. I definitely have a lot of shit to say about. I'm excited to tell you. Have you watched the trailers yet?
I haven't watched it.
Okay, I'm excited to explain to you and get an outsider's opinion from someone who knows what Pokemon is and understands the mechanics, but isn't in the Kool-Aid. I'm excited to hear what you have.
I mean, we could possibly.
We can just
move
move on.
Watch it live. I'll have a live reaction to it. How long is it?
I'd rather just it's like 20 minutes, so I'd have
20
to,
minutes.
Yeah,
Goddamn.
yeah, that's
Okay,
what I'm
we're not
saying.
gonna be
Yeah,
doing that.
yeah, it's 20 minutes
I was
long.
like 2 minutes. I'll just pop it.
But some of it, there's some of shit that it isn't necessarily important to what I would have to say or the importance of it, because there's another game revealing it and shit. But I'll give you the gist of it, and I'll probably forget some shit. But it's dope, and I want to hear your opinion on it. And I have a gripe with it, so I want to conversate about that as well. But let's get this.
So Smash Brothers.
Let's get this. Let's rattle these shits out. So we can move on.
Gotta go with the God of War series.
God of War.
God of War straight. I mean, I was a Devil May Cry fanboy until my cousin got God of War, and I was like, I can stab a Hydra in the eye and rip him apart.
See that
with this guy, I was like, this is like the set pieces alone are so dope.
But that's not a draw to me. I feel like God of War, and if you take away the multiplayer for Gears of War, I feel like both of those games are like tech demos for what the console can do at the time. You know what I'm saying? And like, but like in your heart of hearts, and again, this is your opinion. You're saying this out of your mouth, so I can't tell you otherwise. But like in my opinion, like I don't know, like games like that, they're not my shit. Like even I never played PlayStation growing up, so like the Keyblade game, Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts,
like that game where you're a dude and there's dudes and you're attacking dudes, it's just not how I like to enjoy games. Like I don't like third person arena fights that move on to it. Like it's just not my shit. So like I can't really say anything, but like the whole reason why I don't get into single player games that aren't RPGs is because I want to be me. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be this guy. You know what I'm saying? Like any game that I play, I try to be a generic dude so I can pretend I'm that guy. Even Gears of War, like in Gears of War 1 through 3, my multiplayer character was just a cog, like just a regular dude with a helmet, like a stormtrooper almost. Like, and I like this is me. Like, that's my guy. I'm Sergeant something or other. You know what I'm saying?
And that's where we differ because I can play those single story because I love story games. I just love the story so much. Some of them are just so good. Man.
I don't know what it is about me, but video games just aren't a delivery for narratives to me. They're just not like.
Right.
It's just how I.
Go on to your fifth one. We'll get through this topic.
Let's see. I mean, I'll do an honorable mention. There's really not much conversation except for the fact that I've been
You
trying.
do an honorable mention for your fifth?
Nah, it's not an honorable. I mean, it's an N64 title, the Ogre Battle 64, the game I've been trying to put you on forever. I think it's a very, very important game, and it's slept on, and not many people know about it.
But it's your top 5 game.
That is top 1. Like, Ogre Battle 64 is like, that's a game that I've beaten and played through, and you would be surprised at how much content is on that goddamn cartridge. Like, it is like a 40-hour goddamn game. It's fucking absurd.
It's kind of nutty.
So, but like 5 is hard. I mean, I would put Ogre Battle, but like there's so much more. Like there's the Gears of War franchise, which I guess.
When I think about 5, I'm gonna think about 5 games that if somebody completely new to gaming came up to me and say, "What should I play?"
Right.
And like gaming, in my experience,
new to gaming, that's
5 games.
That's a current shit. Like you can't just be like, if they're new to gaming, you can't be like, go play fucking Ogre Battle 64.
That would be the best though, would it not?
I don't know.
Think about a brand new person. It's gonna be just like us when we first seen the game.
Yeah, but
okay, we don't have any expectations of games.
But that's a deep ass topic because then you got to go to the point where it's like you got to show them that video games isn't just shooting people. You got to show them that it's a delivery for narrative and emotions.
That's where my games list comes in.
I don't know. I mean... I'm more of just a mechanics guy. I like to I like to feel my game. I like to get in the groove. Like that's why Fortnite is so attractive to me, is because it just feels like nothing else I've done before. Like I can hop on that and like it's like skateboarding to me. Like if I can do that, it just feels natural. I can practice that. It's like sports or whatever the fuck. Like it's something that it's more physical than it is mental. You know what I'm saying? Like I can get my sweat out. You know what I'm saying?
My brain doesn't work that fast anymore, so I can't do anything Twitch. Like I try to get on Modern Warfare, and
they've all been trying to get me on Modern Warfare, but I just don't. Honestly, it just comes down to just dropping $60 on a fucking game that I don't care about. Really and I know, I'll play it and I'll have so much fun and I'll get nasty and I'll be able to beat Sal at it because he's trash.
Yes, from what I heard, Sal's pretty bad at it.
But for the most part, it's just like I don't want to drop 60 on a game right now that I don't.
All right. So my last one is gonna be Shadow of the Colossus.
Really?
That game right there.
See, that game I can understand because
game right there.
I watched that game.
That is literally art, dude.
Yeah, that shit is hot.
That is crazy.
Yeah, it's good.
And that was on PS2.
Yeah, it was PS2.
And I remember looking at the graphics and be like, wait.
Yep.
Wait, hold on.
What did they just dropped it for PS4?
They just dropped it remastered for.
Or they announced the second one. Is that what they did?
I haven't heard an announcement about the second one.
I'm pretty sure they announced Shadow of the Colossus 2.
If they announced the second one, goddamn, I'm gonna be so excited for that.
Just check.
But I mean, the whole scale of the game was unlike anything I've ever played. You're in third person mode. You're riding a horse, literally no directions. You point your sun towards the sky. It shines the light. You go find the monster. You climb it. You stab it in its spots, and you kill it, and you absorb its soul. And then just the graphics alone was just like amazing on it. Like the details on the monsters were astounding.
So it's a little bit. If I had to reference it gameplay-wise, I could say maybe Monster Hunter. Have you tried Monster Hunter at all?
I've tried Monster Hunter. I couldn't
get into it.
I couldn't get into it.
It's fucking annoying.
It was super, and I just heard this last night. I was talking to Mr. Mortal and Script Biz about it.
Yeah, Monster Hunter.
Yeah,
that's
it
funny.
was super Capcom.
Yes.
Very, very Capcom-y, and that's what Mortal said, and I'm gonna take that phrase from him and use it because.
But it's not. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. They're definitely 100% into their own fucking Kool-Aid, like for sure.
Very much so. It's kind of a bad thing because if you wanted to grasp some new audience, I'm not saying make it easier, casual.
Right.
Just make it make sense.
The game is fucking hard
because the actual gameplay of going to fight the boss.
Yeah.
Not that bad because you just have to learn what to bring.
No, for sure.
It's the actual pairing up that's the journey. Because
for me,
it kind of works like Nintendo, where I had to send my friend Peter a number that was associated to my account to add him on my friends list. To join up, I had to start a mission. He had to join up on me.
On what? On Switch?
No, on PS4.
It's fucking weird.
Their party up system was trash. It was
You
the
couldn't
worst.
just do it through the actual.
You couldn't do it through the actual thing.
fucking
But
weird.
also, you couldn't.
What game
I
is
couldn't
this?
join him
This is
if he
World?
was higher than me in the story.
This is World.
Yeah, it's the newest one, Monster Hunter World, I think.
That's the one I was playing. I don't recall that. I was playing with Joey for a little bit, but we
It
really
was,
didn't get
you
crazy
just
into it.
couldn't. I went to him. I went to go send it. He wasn't getting a request. I had to go.
I recall. No, I
press
do
start.
recall the party up shit was really stupid.
It just, and then like you couldn't. You had to make sure we couldn't play by ourselves because if I progressed or he progressed through the story, for some reason it was like either he couldn't go back or I couldn't go above in that.
That makes sense.
Which I understand to ruin stuff, but like if he's inviting me and I'm saying yes, then just let it happen.
Right.
Like don't progress me in my story, which every other game does. Then
Yeah,
whatever, I'll go
GTA
back and replay it.
The game I'm playing right now, GTA, is fucking a travesty. The servers are a travesty. So I get.
Well, I mean, what
I
is
get
it, like 8 years old?
That's so. So are we good?
That's a good transition.
Yeah,
to,
that's a great transition. So
Talk about the current games that we're playing, or you want to go to old games?
I mean, that's the same conversation.
Yeah,
Like,
we'll
yeah,
we'll
so-
put them together because
so-
it really is the same conversation.
So basically, I haven't really told you too much about, you know, I sent you the question that I had for you, but I didn't really dial into like my conversation with it for you. So my next segment for this show is like, I wanted to ask you because I was curious for myself and you because I was making fun of you, Immortal, for playing Warframe.
Warframe, can I get my Warframe peeps in the chat?
That's a topic. Right? Tate's is literally just talking about what's on the show.
Tate's,
Tate.
that might be
So-
another episode.
No, you want to just cut out the.
I wanna
I'm
save
down
some
for
stuff
that.
for
I'm down for
someone
that.
else.
So
'Cause
so
there-
we'll talk about the current games we're playing, and then we'll do a little bit of the Pokemon conversation.
I'd like to
That's-
save the consoles for when we have
I'm
more
down for
info
that.
on both of them.
I'm down for that.
Because right now we have very little info, and it's all going to be speculation. I just don't.
Right.
It would
Basically-
be pointless because then like another month goes by, we find something new out there, be like, oh wait, never mind, this is this.
So as of right now, my opinion on the consoles in one sentence is if it is not 60 frame, like above 60 frames, I am not buying a console. Period. Like, not even talking about it. It's not in the conversation. It's not in the fucking zeitgeist. It's not in the brain grapes. It's literally no fucking chance way possible. It goes on sale. It's $10. Maybe it was $10. I'll call it. But
$10, I might
Yeah,
just
right,
buy
but
it for no reason. I mean,
at
Jesus
all.
Christ.
If it
I'll
is
resell
not
it for more.
above 60 frames, if it is not above 100 frames, I'm not fucking buying it. I am not buying it. It is 2020, and for some reason, people on Twitter are arguing about graphics while we're
Yeah.
playing at 60 fucking frames a second.
It's so funny. When I got you into that thread, it was just so funny, dude. That guy
Oh
was
my
going off, and
god.
I was like,
We're
alright.
talking about graphics in 2020 where cartoon 2D games are fucking just as fun as hyper realistic. I can see his fucking eyelashes. Like, I don't care. I want 100 plus frames. I don't fucking care. I don't care. I don't
get
care.
to see his eyelashes, but I get to see him at 30 frames.
Yeah,
a
I get to see his eyelashes, but every time I blink, that's how the fucking scene changes. Like, I don't care. I don't care. I just need frames. If the consoles are not at 100 plus frames, I am not buying it. Microsoft, you have my fucking demands. Microsoft.
There's nothing over there.
Microsoft. So that's
All right.
that conversation. So
Current
again,
games.
so my
You're
question to
playing
you,
Grand Theft Auto 5.
right?
I'm playing Warframe.
So World, I am
Which one's
playing
older?
GTA. I'll do that math. So I'm playing GTA 5 right now, and not because of anything, like not because of doing a promotion. It's literally just a game that me and my brother have played as kids, and I bond with my brother a lot. So like me and him, I like. If I like when we chill in public, like I'll be like, "Yo, what are you trying to do? You trying to play some Fortnite later?" And like Fortnite right now is just, it's fucking boring, honestly. So like we're like, nah, let's fucking do something else. And then I found my copy of GTA, and I just was like, "Yo, you want to play GTA?" And that's what we did. And now I am fucking obsessed. So GTA 5 release date. You look up Warframe.
yeah, I'll get that Warframe.
So, oh my god,
Because
this
that's
game
going
is
back to
fucking old.
PS3.
Yeah, yes, yeah. GTA.
GTA is 2013.
Yeah, GTA is 2013, September 17th, 2013. So that is what?
They came out the same year.
same year.
Same year.
That's fucking weird.
March
okay,
23rd, 2013.
that's perfect. That's perfect. That's a perfect start to this
So
conversation.
we're both playing old-ass games.
So my
towards
question
the
to
end of this
you
generation.
is why? Why the
Why?
fuck are we? So is it? Do you think it's the lack? Because you more so than me have been playing I was on board. I was on Borderlands,
Yeah.
but besides that, I haven't really been trying out this game, that game. Like you, on the other hand, with Mortal, have been playing Borderlands. You've been on
Pretty much every
every big
shooter,
title. You know what I'm
any
saying?
looting
Division
game.
2, Destiny 2, Borderlands. Then you went to Anthem.
Yeah.
Now you're on COD. So it's not just specifically. It's not exclusive
Well, like,
to RPGs.
COD is like
But I'm saying it's
a random song.
no, I agree.
that-
Yeah. So are you saying that that's filler for? Is that just another Warframe? Like you're filling in what you don't have right now?
No, Warframe. I've been playing Warframe since it launched.
No, I
I've been going
understand
back
that.
and
Yeah,
forth.
yeah,
So
yeah,
that's
for-
like
yeah.
all these other games.
Warframe look. I must admit, Warframe looks really good for its age. Like I can't front.
Well,
I know they update
they-
it constantly. I
they
know that.
updated
Yeah,
the
yeah.
engine.
But it looks really good for like even like the engine, the physics,
Yeah.
everything looks really good. So I can't front on that.
But,
It's like- as on the other hand, GTA is a fucking nightmare. But it just
I remember when it first launched. That was.
oh yeah, it was terrible. But
pretty
like just the
crazy.
device that it is, and like it's like it's a platform. Like GTA 5 really, in all senses of the word, is a fucking platform. Like.
Yeah.
Like I can sit there and free roam and have as much fun as I would doing random contact missions, going out and shooting people, grabbing this, bringing it back to this fucking dude. Or people, there's a forge mode in GTA, and people just build random mini games. So me and all my friends were just fucking playing football with vehicles for 2 hours. Like
It's funny.
like there's three cars, and then one shitty car that has to get from here to here. Their job is to stop that car. Our job is to get that car to the end zone. And
That's
like,
funny.
and,
Oh,
and,
shit.
and that's why it's like a platform. There's just so much shit on there. So like, and doing those mini games net me money. So like with that money, I can go buy a supercar. I can buy an apartment. There's so many different businesses now at this point that it is overwhelming. Like you have to buy a motorcycle club, and then once you buy the motorcycle club, it doesn't do anything really, but then you can do missions from that motorcycle club. But then once you have the motorcycle club, you can buy a Coke warehouse, and then you could do Coke missions, but you have to upgrade the Coke warehouse. And then and it's all tied to that one motorcycle club. And that's one business. And then they have the fucking CEO business, which has the vehicle warehouse that you can steal cars, which is like the best way to make money right now, which I just did. And then they have like so there's GTA, then there's this job, this job, this job, this job, this job. Like, and you have to buy those like basically buy into being able to utilize it, and then then buy whatever specific job, coke, weed, vehicle export, import, tobacco, or you want to go buy a nightclub which nets you passive money, which is like fucking $5 million to get into, but then it's making you passive money. So like there's so many like devices on GTA and so much shit to spend your money on. I just spent $20 on fake money in GTA.
So you bought fake money.
I bought
with your
money.
Real money.
Yes. And I'm ashamed, but
Was
it was a deal though. It was like if you
you got more than what you spent?
Right,
You
right.
didn't put $20 to $20.
Oh no, that's fucking retarded. It was $1.2 million GTA money for $20, but it was a special deal for me
That's a
specifically. That if I bought that, I would get that doubled. So I basically made $3 million almost for $20. And I was like, whatever. Like I'm having a blast with this game. Let me throw that money out. I'll buy a CEO, and then I'll be able to source vehicles and do all that stuff. It's really really fun. It's weird. So this is So right before I started playing GTA, I was making fun of you and Mortal in stream, saying like,
Literally, like a week
yeah,
before.
yeah.
He's like, "Why are you
Talking
guys
shit.
playing this old ass game?"
But it was all memes. Like I know aging of games doesn't mean anything, but as feel
Asian games doesn't mean anything for some.
yeah, fair. But
Warframe is like a nice fine wine. That game is just getting so much better as it ages.
I was actually I'm probably gonna install it. I just need to figure out what you guys are playing on console right now.
Console and PC.
Okay.
I mean, it's gonna be my third account on the PC now because Strict Biz is playing on the PC and we want to play with them too.
Right.
But we're primarily streaming
On the Xbox.
on Xbox. Yeah, so go check out our stream.
Yeah, so you can check out his streams on here, or you can check out Mortal's stream on Basement Flavor. I'll be streaming on Twitch this month or next
But
month on mine, President Sloan.
literally, Warframe. I can take a break from it and come right back and just be just as excited as when I left.
So it's like just a fill in for that like that looter shooter. So that's what that's my question is like.
I've always stopped because I've never had anybody to play with.
Right.
Warframe solo is kind of rough, but as you try to play Warframe solo, you're inevitably going to be putting
I think that's
to games with people.
That's mirrored with GTA in my aspect. Like GTA.
But the great thing is, the Warframe community is dope.
Is still booming.
One
and
of
I
the
saw you when I walked in
communities
today.
I've
You
ever
were
been
watching one of somebody you follow playing GTA. So it's just also true for GTA. So like, do you think that we're falling into these games just because they're still thriving? And my biggest focus for this conversation was what is going on with current video games that is allowing us to get distracted with these games.
They're not as good.
Is that your?
Well, I mean, it's hard to compete because you get a new game that comes out versus a game that's been out for how long is it now? 7 years?
Yeah.
All the content that it's been thrown into the game for 7 years.
Yeah.
The tweaking and tuning to make that game better.
But
for 7 years.
GTA is fucking terrible.
Terrible, but it's way better than when it first started.
But that's not. It's the amount of content, yes, but the game still feels and operates like fucking garbage. Like the way you move in GTA is horrible.
All right, that might be so for GTA.
But this is my 2 cents in the conversation. It's like it feels like shit. So like I don't enjoy the physics of GTA at all. I enjoy buying clothes and buying cars and playing with my friends and driving around and being dickheads, yes.
Yeah.
But the physics of it is not at all. This is the complete polar opposite of Fortnite. Like I literally played Fortnite for the first time this week yesterday, and I had to retrain my brain. Like my hands physically would not do it. It was super frustrating, and I got there eventually. But like GTA feels like shit. So like I get that argument where like the amount of content they're putting in allows them to just have the amount of shit. You know what I'm saying? I understand that. But like Borderlands, in all means, in my head, if somebody came up to me on the street like, "Is Borderlands good?" I'd be like, "Fuck yeah, Borderlands is fantastic."
I would say Borderlands is great.
But like,
what games do you like to play? Because this game will not hold your interest.
But it's not. But you like to play those games, and it's not holding your interest either. So
That's
it's not.
what I mean.
It's not me.
Borderlands is great, but then it takes so long to get to it.
But it's just like.
And then the content that takes so long to get out.
I'm trying to think because
the content they drop is just like.
Because there's some sort of weird, like, a likeness with in my head for some fucking odd reason of GTA and Division. I don't know if it's the environment or something, or the graphics, the dirtiness.
I think you're probably associating it with the Dark Zone.
No, it's not. It's not even like a mechanic or a gameplay. It's just like the aesthetic of it, like just how it looks, kind of. You know what I'm saying? NYC. Oh no,
Yeah.
GTA takes place in Cali.
California,
Cali,
right?
yeah.
Well, it might just be you're walking through streets and stuff.
Yeah, it's
and houses
city.
and stuff
Like so
that.
me playing GTA, I was like, fuck, I kind of want to go play a little Division. You know what I'm saying? So like, I have the ability to want to play those kind of games, and even if that initial drive was just because of an aesthetic, but I played the fuck out of Division. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to figure out what's wrong with me now that this conversation of like why, like what the fuck do I want to loot for, like that's my biggest gripe with that genre is just like why, like if I'm gonna sit there like Borderlands specifically, you know what I'm saying, like why am I gonna sit here and farm Grave Ward to get the craziest fucking loadout? Why? Like I can't do anything with it. Like I've already beaten the fucking game. Like the impending DLC that I haven't touched yet, sure, but did they raise level cap? Do you know?
They did not raise level cap, but they
so that's one reason. When they cap exactly, when we cap out stops fun. That's my problem. That's my biggest issue. And you guys aren't capped out.
That's one of the main reasons why. I mean, even I recommended Warframe to you long ass time ago.
But the thing with Warframe is like I feel like at least with me, like looking at it, customization is fucking everything. So like looking at that, like I'm like, wow, you can do a lot of shit. You can be your own guy.
Yeah.
That's not the case with Borderlands. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's the thing too.
So like,
is the story I felt was.
So I feel like you can restart Warframe as many times as you want and still do different shit. But I feel like if I restart Borderlands with a different character, I'm like, cool, like this perk is dope for this dude, but like I'm just gonna use it to kill the same person I already fucking killed.
Pretty much running through the same content.
Right.
I mean, honestly, I had a lot of fun playing it. I'm like, I get hit up to play it by Peter still.
Right.
And I'm just like,
See, I think one of
I
my
have to force myself to play it because I
Right.
have nothing else to play with them.
yeah.
Either that or Modern Warfare.
And like I
right
thought I
now,
was gonna
so-
like be like all about the Halloween event for Borderlands, and like I did it once, and I was like, this
It was
is
a letdown.
fucking whack. Like
I mean, for free, it was pretty good.
right.
Free content is always good. It added cosmetics. It added a whole new environment. It added a new mechanic to the
Right.
game for free. So I was like, that's cool. But
The
it
free
didn't,
free conversation is really big. I agree.
yeah, it didn't add enough to keep me playing. I didn't finish any of the challenges. I
right.
did the same thing as you did.
I beat it once, and
Yeah, I beat it. I didn't play it again. I just took
Because
the
it-
new
because it would-
mechanic
it would-
and went
it-
to the regular game. And
it was,
farmed
in my opinion, that was more grindy than Borderlands base game. It's literally just like,
Yeah, it was literally. It
it's
gave you the
just,
stats. Of kill
but it's like a
200, kill
10-minute it's like a 10-minute mission.
Yeah.
And you would just be running that specific mission over and over and over and over
Yeah.
again. You know what I'm saying? So like that, I was just like, I'm good. Like I'm straight. So
Well, I the exact reason why Warframe I think is sticking with me is because it's probably the best looter shooter I've ever played,
really.
and that's because.
But what loot?
When you loot,
What's the loot?
the loot is weapons.
So
Primary,
is
secondary,
there
melee.
is there an assault rifle, or is there assault rifles?
Assault rifles,
Okay.
submachine
So
guns,
so you can have.
pistols.
But I'm saying there's not just like one. Like
hundreds.
okay, all right.
Hundreds. They're
Are
not
they-
gonna have different stats on them when you get them. They're the same stats for everyone.
For
but
every
it gets
gun?
more in depth. No,
So,
like say
If
say
we
you
find the
start off
same
with
gun, it's the same gun.
You start with the gun MK Bratton. It's
Right.
your typical assault rifle.
I'm fine with that.
Booty.
I was never a fan, even in Fortnite Save the World. I'm not a huge fan of my grave, blah blah blah. It does this and yours does that. Like I don't fucking care. Like
Well, yeah, it doesn't get too much into that, but like
I just
the
want.
modding
I
aspect
want
is
to, in
what
my opinion,
makes-
I want to watch a YouTube video of them tell me this gun's fucking hot, and I pick that gun up and I use it and it's hot. I don't want to have to be like, this gun's good if you have this rolled, that rolled, that rolled. Like I'm just like, I don't fucking care.
the rolling isn't what makes anything good.
Right.
Like you farm for
So that's
the
cool.
guns
That's good for me,
and
like
the
that.
melees, but you also farm for the frames.
But there's like, if you want an assault rifle, you have one of 100 to pick from, or et cetera.
all different variations.
All right, cool, yeah, all right. So that makes sense. Like that
But
loot,
base, they're all booty.
that's fine.
You
have to like
get the
upgrade
mods
them and shit.
to put into them
That's
to
fine.
make
Yeah,
the
that
build
makes
to
sense.
make them good.
So
you're not gonna
almost
take
like,
any gun
almost like Save
base
the World.
and-
Like the mods are the perks, basically.
Pretty much like reload speed, puncture, slash. Like they all have different procs that you can go through.
That makes sense.
But you, all right, what are you
The
gonna
mod,
farm
the mod,
for
the
is-
mods are farmables. I'm assuming.
mods are farmable. So you got this is pretty much you want something, you're gonna farm this to get this, or you want this, you're gonna farm
So
this.
it's Save the World, but with good physics and good.
Save the
gameplay.
world with a
Like
lot better
the Save the World, the
gameplay.
Save the World like item mechanics in a sense.
Yeah, but times like 100 because they have so many
What up, Dextra?
currencies.
Appreciate
in the
you,
game.
bro. Appreciate you.
And then thank you for the sparks, my dude. Actual content for the
Right,
game.
right. All right,
and
so-
everything that they add on.
So this whole
isn't
conversation
just,
basically.
well, I mean, like think. Let me bring it to Fortnite. When they added something, they're like, "Hey, look at this reskin of a character."
Right.
Or hey, look at the reskin. Of
Well, you don't need
or
to dumb it
even-
down that hard for me, you fucking asshole.
Huh?
You don't need to dumb it down to Fortnite skins for me to comprehend your conversation.
No. We brought
I'm
brought up
fucking-
Fortnite, but
Nah,
I'm just
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about content. That's
Yeah,
why
yeah.
Fortnite. I stuck with Fortnite because at some points they did add new guns and stuff, and like
Is
I
it
tried,
the Save
but
the World you're referring
they
to?
took it from what sort?
Save the World you're talking about?
Save the world. I'm sorry. When I say Fortnite, I mean save the world because
Right,
that's what Fortnite is. I call BR because
Right,
that's
right,
what that crap is. Crap, in my opinion. Even though it is shit,
It's not.
in my opinion.
It's not.
In my opinion, that's all I gotta say.
God.
But everything you farm for in Fortnite, you're not really farming for it. It's like you gotta get tickets.
Can't do this.
Just get out, punch the screen, and leave. But in Warframe, when you farm for something, it actually changes the game.
Right.
Like I have all these 5-star weapons, golden perks out. I could pick any one of them to run a mission
In Save the World or you
and save the world.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
I agree.
Just all maxed out stuff, and they don't change. Like each gun that comes out is the most powerful gun when I mod it this way, and that's it. Crit damage. That's all you got to throw on, and it's a beast. With this game, you got to think about stripping armor. You got to do corrosive, all that.
We're recording as well.
Oh no, I forgot to hit that. That is a rip.
Sorry, don't mess with it now. We can just pull the VOD.
Huh?
We can pull the VOD off of Mixer.
Okay, I'll have to do that. Do I even have that going though? That's gonna be a major rip.
Yep.
I think I have it going because I'm pretty sure I deleted a couple VODs I had from a couple times I did it. But if we're not recording, that's the biggest rip in my life.
Yeah, that's right.
But
How long are we going for so far?
honestly, like Warframe, I kept coming back to it just because I get people to
We're already an hour 40 minutes in.
hour 7 minutes in,
Oh, we started at 3:30.
and that's not including the sitting there or the stream starting.
That's really a big rip.
Huh?
That's a huge rip.
Our content gone.
That's okay. It's
All
good.
right, well,
it's good to start up.
Hey, well, someone in chat will be able to check, right? Or does it post it after we're done streaming?
Post it after. It pulls
That's
the
right.
VOD after.
Okay. No, I'd say we've been doing this for about an hour, not including the starting stream.
All right. So that conversation, I feel like we can put to bed. Your answer to the conversation that I was curious about. My question being,
Why are we playing these old games? We have
why do we have downtime to play old shit if
with all this new stuff?
Exactly.
And my answer was just
content.
because 7 years of polish and all that.
well polish in your case
Polish
content
and content
both
in my
cases.
case.
Right.
And
Because
content in both cases.
Polish is not GTA.
Because, I
Polish
mean-
is not a fucking.
Hey Dex, thanks for that follow, man.
That's my boy. He's in. You see his name? SK Dexter. That's my boy. So we touched that. So I guess right now we can just hit on a topic that we both kind of wanted to bring up, which is Pokemon versus Tamtam. Is it Tam?
Temtem.
It's Tamtam or Temtem?
Temtem.
Temtem.
TMTM.
All right. So I haven't looked. I know there's gameplay of Temtem at this moment. I haven't watched it. So we have over here. Do it. Ready? Watch this. 3, 2, 1. Oh shit, that was dope. All right, now ready? 3, 2, 1. Oh my
There we
god. All right. It was like we planned that. We didn't.
I know, it's like we semi know what's going on. Why is it levitating now?
What?
Okay.
It's fine. All right,
There
so
we go.
right here we have this. It's not really a versus. It's kind of just a conversation about like people are saying like, oh shit, it's on Xbox.
It's on everything.
All right, so that kind of it's on. All right,
That's
all right,
that's
so
a major thing that's
so
going to
the
draw
fact that it's,
everyone
I feel like the fact that it's on Switch is more important than it being on Xbox because
Well, yeah,
it's a
to compete
direct
directly with Pokemon.
competitor to Pokemon. So my initial thoughts on Temtem is the name is fucking awful.
to. Name is terrible.
The name is terrible.
But
it's a
maybe
made up word.
It
just-
might grow on you.
I mean,
I mean, think about Pokemon.
but it's Pocket Monsters. Pocket Monsters is a dope fucking name because it's monsters you put in your pocket. That has some sort of, at least, me being a Pokemon nerd, I know that, but at least it has an origin. I'm sure Temtem might, but
Yeah,
I think
we'll
the creatures.
find out when we.
But so it's a bad name. Even if, in my opinion, they do everything better than Pokemon, it's still going to be a Pokemon clone. I think that's where it's always going to fall short. It's always going to be just the great value Pokemon, and like, and
that's a
th-
maybe,
and that
though.
and that's not saying no. But it is.
Can
when
you guarantee that?
But
though?
can you name a game that did the game better? That the game was beside. I feel like
I'm like trying to think because I know that there's something.
I have a direct answer to that question. It's Skate, but Skate was not at all trying to be like Tony Hawk.
No,
in
but
any way.
it was.
It was a skateboard game, but this game is specifically Warframe did Destiny better. See, that's a fair argument.
Well, it's hard to say that because
Well, was it out
Warframe
first?
was out before Destiny, so
Right,
it's
right,
like
right.
Destiny failed to do what Warframe did.
Right. So maybe that's even helping my claim even
Yeah,
more.
that
So
probably does.
so and this isn't even something I believe. This is a question just in general. Like, is there any games that is a and I feel like even Warframe and Destiny, like that's an opinion almost. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't like this game is literally marketing itself to IGN as we are Pokemon for consoles.
Yeah.
Besides, like if like they have no problem with them saying that. Like so, and I know there's other games that have done this in the past where it's this, but this. Fucking Smash. There's games that have tried to do Smash.
Valhalla.
That, but then there's also Brawlhalla, and then
Brawlhalla,
yeah,
that's the one,
Brawlhalla,
yeah.
and then there's also another game
Which we did play for a few
we did,
hours.
and it's fucking awful. It's so bad.
It's so bad.
I think creative devs can blow closed-minded Nintendo devs out of the water. See, but
That can't be a thing that
I
persuades
I
you
agree.
because Nintendo
Nintendo
is very...
is so close-minded. I agree with that 100%, and I'll never deny that. But that's kind of their strength because, like, I'm not someone who gives a fuck about Nintendo. I like Game Freak. I like Animal Crossing is different, but for the most part, I don't give a fuck about Zelda. Breath of the Wild was a fantastic game, and if it was not a step in the direction that it was, I would not care. Like, I didn't care about Four Swords, even though it's like a Game Boy game or a DS or whatever. I don't care about the Zelda name. I don't care about Link. He's a dope character in a way.
So he's kind of a terrible
He's
character.
generic. Yeah, he's generic as fuck. But like, he's
meant to be that.
he's like he's a Master Chief. He's a Master Chief. He's the face of a franchise.
Yeah.
And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with Link. There's nothing crazy
It's
about
weird
Link.
that he's the face of the franchise, but he's not the name of it.
Right, yeah, it is weird. You guys, you're
Zelda-
playing as Zelda? Like, it's Link. So, but I think their closed-mindedness is also a strength in a way because they go so crazy on this. And in a way, as much as Sword and Shield could have been improved, I think that it's hard. Like, Sword and Shield, if I'm going to take myself out of the Kool-Aid, if you will, it's pretty shit, I guess. Like, for the main person, if you're a gamer and you hop on Pokemon, you're going to be like, why? Like,
I
why?
didn't hate it. It just didn't do enough for me to make me want to
Right,
keep playing.
right, and that's fair. And
I
and
beat
play
everything. I didn't make a competitive team because I honestly don't see myself
Right.
doing that. But
And again, like, I've really never played a competitive game. Oops.
you trying to move?
I'm trying to just get the Pokemon thing.
What?
The Pokemon thing right here. Poke. Was it all? How do I change the sounds? Like, it is what it is. You either love it or you hate it, or you love it or you're not into it.
Now let me throw this out there. Temtem, they have shiny versions of their.
Is that true?
No, I'm just throwing this out there.
okay.
If they had shiny versions of their thing,
I would not give a fuck.
but the shiny versions actually look different.
The shiny versions of Pokemon look different. Like, they just dropped the Slowpoke, and he's pink with.
But he's the Galarian, isn't he not?
Yeah, he is.
So it's not Galarian shiny. I'm talking
No,
about just.
Galarian shiny. Yeah,
I'm just
yeah,
talking about straight shiny. I'm not talking about.
Well,
region.
no, what I'm saying is, like, so
The region Pokemon look different, but the shiny Pokemon are just a different.
they just different
color.
colors, right? Yeah. So you're saying, like, if the shiny Pokemon look different,
Actually look different. Because that opens
would I
it
would
up
I care
to.
would I care more about Temtem?
Well, it'd be more enticing, wouldn't it, to shiny hunt?
Not really.
A color scheme versus an actual
Shiny
different
hunting
looking-
now is fucking stupid. Shiny hunting is stupid,
but it's something you like to do
right.
because it's unique and it's hard to get.
It's a
So
play
now,
on the
wouldn't
rare.
you feel better? Say let's bring it to Pokemon. If Pokemon actually did a shiny thing good, let's say
No, I think
shiny
the-
hunt.
I like the way that
You shiny
shinies,
hunt for 900 eggs.
Okay.
You got a different color Pokemon.
Right.
Wouldn't you feel better if the Pokemon looked different?
Physically, sure. Yes.
You wouldn't feel better.
Yeah.
You want to feel 100 times
Yeah,
better.
sure, but that's-
100 times better.
If
You'd
I-
be
if
like,
my
oh shit,
Charizard-
I got the one with like a messed up eye, or I got the one with like the wings are looking different, or the tail looks different, or
Yeah.
like it
But-
doesn't have to go crazy
But
like
that's
the
not my
region
that's not
Galarian.
that's not my main draw though. Like,
But it's something that can add to the game that can boost it.
right.
You know what I mean?
But so I think the pluses of Temtem are, it's not held up by its own shit. It doesn't have
it doesn't have a history that follows.
it doesn't have 26 years of them trying to undo their
Oh, Cuba, thank you for the host. I really appreciate that. Thank you for the love.
damn. Appreciate you. So the like Temtem doesn't have to get itself out of its weird fucking place where it's like it used to be a DS game, it used to be a handheld, now we're trying to get onto some more, like, they don't have to make their game an open world
Yeah.
from where they were. They could just we're an open world game. You know what I'm saying? So like they don't have to try to start, you know, making their game modern. They don't have to go through that weird, awkward phase that Pokemon, in my opinion, is in right now. Like, so in that way, they have that upper hand. They also have like it's MMO or MMO-ish.
Yeah.
It's probably
It's
it's probably like a
supposed to be
shared it's probably
MMO-ish.
like a shared world if I had to guess. I don't think we've ever done.
Give my best friend here a shout out real quick.
That's lit, yo. Thank you so much. This is our first episode of the show where I'm fucking it up already because we didn't record.
Yeah, and I didn't put anybody as a mod.
But this is only our first episode. We're miles away. I mean, we're miles ahead of where we were yesterday trying to get this shit set up. Because we were supposed to do this yesterday, but it took a little while. It's still catching Mons with Prez.
Huh?
The title of the stream, but that's fine. So the VODs, that's our saving grace. If the VOD doesn't work, then we're kind of fucked. I was gonna. So my question to you: do we want to make like a joint YouTube account specifically for this channel, or did you want to just throw it on mine?
I would like to.
I would prefer to
that's,
just
that's something to
make
do
our
with.
like make a two guys one mic YouTube channel. That would be lit. That's something. But that's a conversation.
To put the videos on.
Yeah, right. Because I was gonna just put it on my profile, but I don't want it to be a my brand. I want it to be a us brand. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's a
I'm
conversation.
trying to get a shout out for Cuba going. So if you guys want to try to get going, because I can't seem to do it on my end. I just made Tate's, Angie, and Basement a mod. So if you guys want to do that for me, that would be super litty.
So back to the conversation.
Yeah.
But again, not to downplay that shit. Thank you so much for the host. We really appreciate that. This is our first episode and our first time doing this, so we're a little bit, we're trying to figure everything out. But I feel like we're doing great. We're like the conversation has been fucking dope. So, so the MMO is a huge draw. But I think the biggest flaw is that it is just marketing itself as, oh, we are this game, but on other platforms. So like, I don't want to have to go and learn what the Temtem version of the fucking flamethrower is on this. I don't care that much. And like, the only reason why I do care about Pokemon is because I've been with it for 26 years. You know what I'm saying? So like, I've known Pokemon my whole life, and if I always make this argument. It's not for everyone. It's not the best game of all time. It's not the best RPG of all time.
Yeah.
But I'm so invested into Pokemon that I don't care about. Like, I'm okay with Sword and Shield. That says a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not the mechanics that I need better. It's not this that I need better. It's not an MMO that I need better. I'm fine with this. I'm fine with that because of where we came from. You know what I'm saying? So, like, everything that Sword and Shield has done is a step in the right direction, minus the national decks. But that's being addressed right now. So do you want me to...
Well, I mean, is that nostalgia that's holding you back?
No, I don't give a fuck about the first gen. I don't. Charizard was my favorite Pokemon from about 10 first years of my life, and now I just don't care. Like, I don't care. I got the shiny Charizard, yes, because he's
Let me
dope.
ask you this then. Do you think it will actually be able to contend with Pokemon?
I think
I'm not
I think
gonna
it'll have a
say-
good 4 months. Like, it'll have a good 4 months. People will be really jazzed about it. People will be excited about it. I've seen a few Pokemon YouTubers that I follow like closely that are making, like, I don't know if it's a meme, but it's like, fuck Pokemon, like Temtem's my new jam. Like, I don't know if they're memeing or whatever, but it's a conversation. Like, people are having a conversation about it, and I don't think that, especially now, like, once I tell you about what's happening with Pokemon, especially now, I do not think that it will contend. It won't steal any of the community because Pokemon...
Won't steal any of the hardcore community, you think? Or you think any of the
I think it's a and, not a or. I think you can play Pokemon and play Temtem.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone that's going to be picking up Temtem is... Temtem, right? Yeah, Temtem is going to not play Pokemon because of it. You know what I'm saying? I don't think people are going to be like, hey, are you copping Temtem 2 or Pokemon Gun and Grenade? Like, people are not going to be like, Temtem. Like, it's going to be like, oh, I'm obviously copping Pokemon, but I'll pick up Temtem 2. Fuck it. Like, that's my opinion. And, like, a lot of that is because it's just a generic version of a game that already exists. Like I just don't think like look at fucking Tactics. There's a game that literally is Fortnite. It started on the phone, but then I think it might have come to consoles or PC or something. And
I think I've heard of it.
it's something Tactics. Anybody know what that is in chat? Something Tactics. I don't recall the exact name, but it's literally just they have the exact building mechanics of it, and like it's not gonna ever surpass its the brand name of it. You know what I'm saying? It's just not gonna happen. But it being an MMO is a huge draw, and I feel like that's like their biggest selling point. So if they really work on that selling point as opposed to it just being a Pokemon clone, like I feel like it could find its own place in the market maybe, but like I still think it's just going to be like, oh, the Pokemon game, like the game that's like Pokemon in my opinion.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that definitely.
So I'm just going to give you the gist of what's happening. So I need you my question to you is Pokemon DLC is happening.
Okay.
And that's brand new.
I've heard about the expansion pass. I haven't heard anything.
That's never happened in Pokemon. That's never happened in Pokemon before. It is $30, which is a little. It's weird. So I'm trying to figure out. So, but this is the thing with Pokemon. They've always done.
Well, it's called expansion pass, so it's $30 for this pass
for the 2 DLCs.
And then I'm gonna get.
But I don't know if you can buy them separately. I haven't seen a price for the separate price or anything. I've seen the $30 for the both, and I don't think there's any way to break them apart or buy them separately. I'm not sure. I haven't looked into it. I haven't looked at that. I just know $30 for the pass.
Okay.
So part of me is like, damn. So all right. So let me explain to you what it is. So 400 Pokemon are coming back, I believe, or maybe 200. I think it's 100 and 100. So 100 returning Pokemon from the first one. So the first expansion pass, you go into an island. It's a whole new region, and the camera is free, like the area, the wild area. So it's a free camera. So they're clearly trying to go in that route. So
which I suggested.
Exactly, and that's where we should be going. But again, this is my point about Temtem. They don't have to break away from their fucking chains of being an awkward game for 26 years. So Nintendo and Game Freak are slowly getting into the this worked. Let's fucking keep doing it. Let's go. Boom, boom, boom. Let's free camera, open world, great. So both expansions are free camera. They both interact and are bigger than the wild area.
Okay.
100 returning Pokemon, new Galar forms, new legendaries for both. So now we have, and these are new Pokemon, not previous Pokemon. So like they dropped 2 new legendaries, one for each expansion. So now it's the Sword and Shield, the big fucking monster, red and blue monster that you get. So it's the Sword Dog, the Shield Dog, Eternatus, and then now they have 2 mythical Pokemon that also go with the games. So they dropped the information in the DLC. One's coming. They're both coming this year.
Okay.
And 100 Pokemon
separated. They're coming this year.
One's in, I want to say March. Maybe?
I know nothing about the Temtem price point.
It's $60. It'll be $60.
It's gonna be $60.
Yeah, it'll be $60. It's gonna be just a game. It'll be $60. But they'll be bigger. $120. You get the gold fucking Temtem, whatever. So
let's just hope they don't sell 2 different versions of the same game.
That would be a mistake. You know what I'm saying? It's free to play. Is that facts?
No, it's free to play. That would be dope if it was free to play.
Free to play, it changes things a lot.
Can someone look that up in chat and let us know if that's free to play for us?
He might even know. But if it's free to play, that would be if it's free to play, that's a big ass selling point too. That'll get a lot of people into it, and that'll be again.
That opens up
another
market.
Again, and I'm not defending Pokemon. I'm not saying you'll never get us. Like that will be even more of an enticement for people to be like, yeah, I play Pokemon and I play Temtem because it's so available. You know what I'm saying? So
what would be dope? It's on it's on everything.
Right.
Cross save would be amazing.
Like being able to
play on my Switch upstairs, come down to my PC.
Yeah, that would be huge.
And then load it up.
All right.
I could even play that game.
I'm gonna come clean. If that's
on
the
this
case,
screen,
if that's the
while
case,
I'm playing a different game.
If that's the case, then I might I'll be a lot more interested in it than because right now it's a fucking travesty. I'm hearing rumors about a pro Switch, and right now I have the second Switch I've already fucking bought and had to transfer my thing, which took like fucking 4 hours because it was done over GameStop Wi-Fi. Like if they do drop a pro Switch, I want that. How do I get my shit over? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I have cloud because I have the online. Do I need to have online? If I lose online, do I lose my cloud save? Like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. Like, I don't know. Like, for Xbox, it's like, oh, I can literally just turn this Xbox off, turn that Xbox on, fucking pick up right where I left off.
Yeah, right there.
But, like, Nintendo is just so fucking far behind with all this. It's scary.
Did Wii U have online? Wii U had online,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And we did.
The Wii, yeah. It was bad.
That's a little much to be 2 generations.
Oh, it's terrible.
Online,
Yeah, it's terrible. The fucking the DS, the original DS had online.
That's crazy.
The original DS, the fucking brick, not the DS Lite that came after that was better that eventually got Wi-Fi. The first fucking DS had Wi-Fi.
You could play the original. Honestly, even if it's Xbox or Sony, they need to send somebody
It's bad.
over there.
It's so fucking bad.
I mean, the party chat system alone on the Switch is kind of dumb as hell. I'm not going to be using my phone to talk to people.
Oh no, I will never install that shit. I'll use Discord. I'll fucking never. It's a nightmare. No, I agree. It's a nightmare. And just the way that Pokemon works with itself is fucking stupid. It worked better in the last game. Like I can just click on you on my friends list and be like, yo, let's fucking fight. Yeah. Now I have to put in the same code and just hope somebody in Russia isn't using the same fucking code.
Yeah, there's no battle of friend
so
feature.
Dumb. It's so bad.
They literally sat there and thought to themselves, not thought to themselves, because apparently it never popped them in their head, like, hey, friends are going to be playing this, they're going to want to battle each other. Yeah. Let's stream on it.
So Temtem has the ability to do every fucking one of these things way better, and because on Xbox, it by default will just do it better because
I have more graphical power.
Not even just that, but I can just shoot
graphical, but just more power behind it to do more with it. Right. But from what I've heard, Temtem's actually not going to have a lot of monsters. I've heard 60 or maybe 70, something low.
See, that's the biggest thing. So they can't make a good product with the shell of it being way fucking better than Pokemon and having the soul of it being not as good, because the reason, like, why do I care that it's so much easier to invite you to battle me on Temtem if these monsters are fucking stupid? If I don't care if we're gonna run the same 2 monsters because that's the best 2 that are out of the 60, why am I gonna, like, people care about Pokemon because they've been in love with Pikachu since they were a kid, or this or that or the other thing, or whatever the case may be. Like, there's a lot of a heart and like passion behind Pokemon, and that's the real draw for a lot of it. Like, it's not because it's the best RPG, it's not because it's the best place to do this or that or the other thing. It's just, it really comes down to
nostalgia.
Not just nostalgia.
Well, that technically is what nostalgia is.
It's nostalgia, fun, but it's like for me, like
loving something for what it was in the past.
But
it's still going on because it's not really. I mean, Pokemon then, it's not really 161 times. So it's actually coming out with more monsters than the original Pokemon had.
You said 160.
161.
Oh, 161 times? Yeah, that's more than the original, yeah.
For some reason, I thought it was less.
No price announced yet? So the price is a big thing. If it's fucking free to play, like, that's nuts. Like, that'll be hard for Pokemon to really, like, talk about, because now we're talking about a $90 game for Pokemon. Like, so it's 200 new old Pokemon coming back. It's 2 new regions, and they have Galarian forms for the birds from Gen 1. They look fucking amazing. They have Moltres, Zapdos, and Articuno.
They showed in that trailer.
They're fucking beautiful.
That picture you sent me, you said it was Articuno, and I didn't understand what I was looking at.
Well, we don't know if it's I don't think it's a max form because they don't have like the red random like glow around them. Yeah. But as far as right now, like a Galarian Zapdos looks like Roadrunner from fucking Looney Tunes. It's amazing. Temtem's campaign will be fully co-op compatible. It's got housing too, PvP. So yeah, so they have the ability to do everything that Pokemon should be doing better than Pokemon. My only thing is that it doesn't have the years and years and years of people being in love with these creatures. Like the reason why people want a better game is so they can bring their friends that they've been playing with their whole life into this good game and being able to interact with them at a higher level. Like I'm not gonna I'm not saying that I can't play Temtem and enjoy the fuck out of it, because I know that I can, and I know that I probably will once it drops. I know that. But the reason why I want a better system in Pokemon is because my shiny from way back yonder that I've been playing with since high school is pixels that I have an emotional relationship with. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love my fucking Charizard I've been playing with since Red. You know what I'm saying? Like, am I going to care about Temtem that much? Maybe not, but it's possible. But it just depends, really. Like, it just depends. The Ed of the House shit is dope. They did that in one Pokemon game, but again, like, not very well.
I mean, it's going to be contended. It's going to have some kind of effect on Pokemon.
I think
Nintendo will look at it and will say
that them dropping the news, I think, might be in a direct response to the Temtem. I think the demo dropped. I think that might be one of the reasons why they were like, you know what, we gotta let people know, like, we're still in this shit. We're still making content. So yeah, so they released the two. They did a Pokemon Direct. They said, oh, these two are coming. There's one coming the end of the year, one coming mid-year, and then they did an update to the game where they changed the raids that are going on, and then they dropped Galarian Slowpoke the day.
What did they change to the raids? Because I got stuck.
Well, you have to
on
like
that
you have
obstacle raid.
Yeah.
And I had to glitch the
No,
system
I'm saying
just
that
to get out of it.
Because every so often they'll change who shows up.
Who shows
that,
up?
Yeah.
So they're switching the tables.
But it's also they also updated the game, so I don't know what they fixed or whatever. I haven't really looked into it too much, but they did drop a Pokemon that just didn't exist. They made and dropped into the game already. So somebody already found the shiny Galarian Slowpoke. Like, they already hatched it. Like, it's cool. It's like it's just cool. Yeah, so Temtem, it's definitely a title to look after. Like, it just really depends on, you know, the monsters, really. Like, if that's all it comes down to.
It kind of has like a Digimon kind of feel,
100%,
or at least that ostrich, Cubone looking little bird over there.
Yeah, right.
Got a flying pig.
It's interesting. It's definitely something to check out.
You got a Vileplume that flies.
I'm excited as fuck for the Pokemon DLC. Like, it's, again, I think. So my question was, like, how do you feel about, like, do you think it's dirty? Like, because, like, my first thought was, like, you know what? It probably should have been in the game already. Yes. They're selling us old Pokemon. Yes. We're getting new regions, like over 100 new cosmetic items for clothes and shit.
Yeah.
New characters, new storylines. Like, the Pokemon you get, the legendary that you get, it's given to you, and it doesn't evolve until you take down the dojo. It's like a Western, like a Eastern themed. Like, it's really dope looking. Like, it looks really cool. But I won't deny there was a lack of shit to do in Sword and Shield. So in my head, it's kind of like the Destiny, where, like, they're selling you shit that kind of should have been in the game. Like, if I'm buying a $60 game, like, I shouldn't be completely fucking run through it week one. You know what I'm saying? Like, done. I'm finding stuff for me to do.
Which kind of goes back to what we said before about the current games.
Right.
Because that's what the games are now. I haven't played a new game that took me longer than a week to get through.
What I just realized, though, is that I feel like you have a really, really good point. Well, we both had good points. Like, you said that they have the amount of time to do this, and I said GT as a platform. Do you think that games nowadays are just dropping as platforms intentionally? Like, but
well, that's what they're saying. They're calling them live services.
It's fucking stupid.
But I mean, the thing is, they want to drop them as live services
because if you can't
not support them when they don't do as well. Like Anthem, got a lot of hate. I love the gameplay of Anthem. That could have been a crazy good game. Could have been.
It's a fucking shame.
But now, like, the whole DLC line has been shut down. They're talking about revamping it, completely overhauling everything.
Wait, still? They're
Still
talking about that?
that was recently. They were talking about restructuring the whole thing, and I'm like, that's good. Like, I like that, because other games, they say they drop as a live service and then they support it for like 11 months until a new version. Like Assassin's Creed, they're like, yeah, it's a live service.
Well, Assassin's Creed 2 was going to be on my list.
Like, the list, they're fun, but they're not live service.
Yeah.
They call them live service, but they.
So I think we just kind of cracked the code. Like, games are dropping as platforms, but they don't have the amount of content, so that they're kind of just shells of what they want to be eventually, and then they slowly fill in the content. But because GTA and Warframe alike have dropped as platforms and slowly fill in, they've had so much time to get going that now they're hitting their stride. Or, I mean, GTA has kind of always just been a thing. Like, people are always going to want to have that drop in, drive around, shoot a couple things, hop off, free to play. Free roam, like, drive to do some shit like that. So, like, but you, like, you've seen, like, the community for GTA is fucking, it's still huge. Like, it's still a game. Like, like, dudes make GTA videos every day still, and the game's fucking 7 years old.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So I think, like, games nowadays think that they could just do that too, like, drop and not put shit in, and then just slowly roll stuff out. But they don't. They just assume that that's okay, and that's just how things are done now. But they don't have those 7 years of the content already in there for.
But they expect to for some reason they're expecting to compete.
Yeah,
with
it's
it,
fucking weird. It's
which
weird
it's not an easy thing to do.
Because
Like,
Pokemon,
if Borderlands 3 was just going to be the last Borderlands, and they're going to add on to it.
right?
If I 7 years from now go back and play Borderlands 3 and they add all that stuff in, it's going to be fire. Because I'm going to have so much stuff to play through.
Right.
I'll have the story, I'll have all that DLC, I'll have new abilities. Because what they're talking about is adding abilities, not characters. So I'll be able to do so many different builds. Like, it would be amazing, but it's not going to happen. We don't even know if we'll get another Borderlands. Most likely they will just make another Borderlands instead of adding on to it.
It's weird not knowing, because, like, especially, like, I dropped the 120 bones on that game, or the $100 game on the Borderlands, and just to never play it again. It's like, what the fuck? We're just talking. We did the Pokemon versus Temtem conversation. I think we're moving into some other things. We could do. We could
talk about the future. We're kind of on, like,
the
timeline kind of
the end notes right now. So it's right here, right? These two.
Yeah.
Yeah, so thank you everyone for stopping in. So like, I don't know, it's just weird. Like, it's weird how games nowadays just think that they could just drop as shells, because I kind of see that for Pokemon right now as well. Like, Pokemon, I feel like could.
It might even be a business strategy.
Yeah, but it's fucking. It's
I
not.
mean, think about it.
It's getting harder and harder to care.
Every game has been dropping with less content than what it had before.
Yo, Sexy Obese Guy, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you.
Thank you. I appreciate that very much. I feel like you can't be in my chat because I'm supposed to be the Sexy Obese Guy. So, like, we're kind of, like, at odds with each other. Am I looking in the mirror? Who is that? Wave? Are you waving? And he throws the sparks down.
My man. Why is it a worm?
I don't even know what I'm looking at right like that, but I love it.
Is it a worm?
Oh, he's shedding?
Ugh.
Or is he eating?
He's
doing something.
Looks like me in the shower.
Yeah, that's
you know what I'm saying?
Basement will get this. That's actually docking snakes right there from
Okay,
Warframe.
fuck off. All right. You put it before you did.
Yeah.
All right,
yeah.
so,
there it is. Yeah, that's me every time I try to chase my kids out of the pool.
So we touched on our games. We touched on the Pokemon current games.
That we're playing now, Pokemon.
So,
throwing down those spicy gifts, Sexy Obese. I love it.
all right. So, future. What are we excited for?
I got a few.
What's on your radar right now? I need to know this because I don't fucking have anything. I need to stop playing Fortnite. I need to stop.
I mean, I'm excited for games that I'm gonna like to play. You're not gonna like to play them because we talked about
what
this.
What is it? Is it fucking Warframe DLC?
It's
come on, what is
Last of Us 2.
I don't care. Is it still PlayStation exclusive?
Huh?
Is it still PlayStation
yeah,
exclusive?
it's pretty much all the games that I'm looking forward to are PlayStation exclusive.
All right, so chat.
Hopefully, they get released on PC as well, because I'd love to play them on PC. But as of right now, they are PlayStation exclusive.
I just think as a community, like, how do these help? They help, they obviously help Sony when they have exclusives, but, like, why do we, and especially now, like I used to brag about the exclusives that Xbox had, but it's like, why the fuck do I
brag
care?
about what you got, and that's what.
Yeah, but, like, why at this point? Why does anybody give a fuck what exclusive we have? Like, I just want to play what I want to play with who I want to play with it, and like, Fortnite is such a fucking massive step in that direction. Like, the fact that can like, oh shit, a skin dropped on PlayStation. Let me go sign in on PlayStation with my Xbox account. Well, it's just an Epic account, but it originated on Xbox, and now I could just play it anywhere. Like I could just do whatever the fuck I want with it. It's so dope. I'm like, why isn't that what we're striving for, as opposed to being like, hey, do you want to not let other people play this game? Fuck those guys. Let's do just for us. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, I used to get it, but like, exactly, crossplay. Like, that's what we should be pushing. We should be pushing, yo, my boy's on a phone right now. I'm playing with my boy on a phone. He's in a business. I'm getting under the table, fucking getting XP for no reason. Like,
even if we can't get to crossplay right now, which obviously we can, but for some reason they don't.
I just feel like
cross save should have been implemented already.
Fucking hell! Like cross
save, cross buy.
Just
if
clouds.
I'm buying a game, I should be able to play it on what I want.
Agreed.
I mean, the fact that I had to buy, what did I buy?
Yeah, Warframe is fucking weird, but it's the same thing for GTA. Like if I was to buy it on PC, I'm assuming I would have to make a new profile or something.
Yeah, it's nothing's gonna transfer over.
But like for newer games, that should not be every exclusive. No, but I was using that as like a reference, Dexter. Not But I don't know. I just think that we should be, as a community, like we've already been divided for so fucking long. And I know I'm like, it's time to stand up. But like for real, like there's no fucking reason why exclusives should be fucking. Like, we should be proud of exclusives. We should be trying to, like, tell PlayStation, like, yo, stop. Just let fucking these dudes... And, like, for like, single-player games, I get it, whatever. Like, but, like, in first-party games as well. I don't know if that game... Is that first-party?
All the exclusives are pretty much first-party.
Because I know... But, like, for the Insomniac games, I know someone just bought Insomniac, but they had to deal with the Insomniac for a while that was, like... They were doing it. They were doing it for both.
Went over the
yeah, exactly. And then Insomniac did an exclusive for Xbox, and it's like, there's no reason why. Like for first party, I get it. Like that makes sense. Like there's no reason why anyone should ever fucking be playing Gears of War on PlayStation. I get that. That's not what I'm saying. And like this is not true for Nintendo. Nintendo is always going to be Nintendo. They're always going to be weird. They're always going to do their own thing. That's fine. Whatever. I don't ever expect to be playing Pokemon on Xbox until Temtem or whatever the fuck. That's not.
I mean, we could hope that Temtem pushes Pokemon to move in that direction.
I don't think that will. But there was. Did you see that weird fucking conversation about Xbox and Nintendo doing something weird with like their party systems or something? Like there was some sort of talk about Nintendo and Microsoft crossplay, something. Alex, Anna, Lucy, thank you for the follow.
Hey, thank you very much. I appreciate
so,
that.
I don't know. It was some weird conversation, but again, like I don't ever expect Nintendo to be anything other than Nintendo. This is more so for like other games. Like I don't see Nintendo as a console. I see Nintendo as the Nintendo box, basically. Like I play Nintendo to play Pokemon and Smash, and that's fine.
When I talk about consoles, I usually don't talk about Nintendo because Nintendo is its own separate species of.
And I have no problem with that. Like I don't like. I'm all for Nintendo optimizing their consoles for as hard as they can, but like if you're making the conversation about Switch as the weakest console, like it's just not trying to be that, and that's fine. Like that's.
I mean, if you're trying to prove that Switch is the weakest console, I mean, it doesn't even need to be said.
That's obvious, but I'm just saying, like it's just not in the conversation for consoles in the PC realm, but because Microsoft and Sony are so. Up there, and we're basically getting to PCs as consoles at this point. Like,
if you're gonna spend $600 on an Xbox X,
that's my biggest point. Especially if it's not if the frames, if the frames aren't there, there's no.
You might as well spend $600 on a PC.
I will miss
and then just get the Game Pass.
I will miss
plug your controller into the PC.
But having your friends and your Xboxes and your saves all in one spot, like that is nice. Like same thing with PlayStation, like just being able to hop on and invite whoever the fuck and then
do that with that.
I know, but it's a what's the word? Transition for me. I gotta learn because I've never played on it, so like I really have to.
I mean that leads into the conversation of crossplay as well. Like if I'm playing Gears of War 5 on PC,
there's no crossplay for Warframe right now.
No, there's not. There's no cross save either.
It's an old game.
That's why I have 3 accounts on Warframe, and I'm like bugging out because I did a crazy bunch of shit on PlayStation. I started playing on Xbox, and now I'm building a new account on PC.
So yeah, I don't know.
What's going on, Mango?
I don't know. It's just So I just think that consoles right now they're in a make it or break it in my opinion. Like they need to really like, especially, and like I know it's hard. I know it's annoying for me to constantly reference Fortnite, but so many kids play Fortnite. So like I know a lot of people that are switching over. So that's just going to continue to happen, especially if like the next big game, whatever game that comes out, that's the next huge trend. If that's crossplay as well, like that's just like people are going to start to realize like this is not the best place to play. Like the best place is on PC. That's just going to keep happening if their consoles aren't up to snuff and like aren't doing what.
When I heard that consoles were bringing pretty much everything to PC, but then I heard recently that Sony wasn't. I was excited because I said, "This is dope. Nobody's gonna need to buy a console anymore. We can get everybody onto the PC wagon, where everybody has top of everything."
Yeah.
On PC, you're gonna still have your Epic Store and your Steam kind of bullshit going on, but for the most part, it's like everybody is gonna be around the same thing of what you can afford. But
Thank you for the host, X, bro.
and it'll
Appreciate
just
you.
be nicer to everybody's gonna have 60 plus frames when they play.
Right.
And who doesn't want that? Who doesn't want to have more than 60 frames?
Yeah, 60 frames is rough. But I don't know. Is there anything else you want to head on? We fucking
I got
talked our asses
well,
off.
I mean, I was looking forward to Last of Us. I'm looking forward to
Oh, that's what we're doing, right.
Ghost of Tsushima. I'm looking forward to what else? There was something else out there.
I'm trying to think of like what I'm excited for. I mean, like the Pokemon is a huge thing, but that's kind of far off. Like, it wasn't. It was further than March. I think it's January, February, March, April, May, June. It was
True.
June. So it was one was in June, one was in holiday or winter or fall. It was at the fall, but somebody was like, yeah, fall. The last day of fall is basically December, so like it could be anywhere in there. You know what I'm saying? So it's basically, in my opinion, it's gonna be mid year and then holiday.
Yeah.
So like that's kind of a little far out. I want to be excited for something now. Oh, fucking Cyberpunk is still a thing.
Oh my god, how did I forget about Cyberpunk?
That's still a thing. What about Beyond Good and
That's
Evil
this
2?
year.
Is that this year?
Beyond Good and Evil, we haven't heard shit from when they
Does it
released
have a
that
date
video.
though?
So I mean, I want to say I'm excited for it, but they kind of dropped that video and then just went dead silent.
Yeah.
And did nothing.
But it looks fucking amazing.
Thank you for the Sparks X. I
Appreciate you,
that.
man. Beyond Good and Evil 2 released.
But I mean, yeah, holy shit, Cyberpunk. I am actually.
That's close.
How close is it?
That's close. I don't know. I know it's early year. I'm gonna check
Tell
right
me
after
it's
this.
next month. I'm freaking.
We don't have a release date just yet. So yeah, so Beyond Good and Evil doesn't have a release date yet.
Yeah, I definitely don't have a release date.
And then Cyberpunk. It was supposed to be out already. It was supposed to come out end of the year, April, January, February, March, April, so 4 months. So it comes out after. For me, Animal Crossing is going to be taking a lot of my time. I know that doesn't say anything to you. Would you ever try it? You think? It's really a fucking mom game. It's such a mom game.
I can't see myself spending money on it.
Oh, it's
'cause
such
I know
a
that
mom
I'm not gonna
game.
play it.
It's so good though.
It's gonna be like
It's like the only game that my stepmom and my sister play, and like it's a fucking mom game. It's like Sims, but it's so good.
see that I never liked Sims.
But it's much has a lot more personality than Sims. It's so fucking Nintendo, which is like a good thing in this aspect. That could be a bad thing in some ways, but it's a good thing in this way. It's like they know what they are. Like
Yeah.
Animal Crossing knows what they are. They're not trying to do anything else but what they are. I mean, they're doing crafting, which could be seen as them doing like trying to like modernize like with Minecraft, etc. But they're doing it in their way, and they've always been them. And Animal Crossing is just fucking dope. Like it allows you. It's such a LARP game for me. Like I play Animal Crossing, and I'm just like, I'm just gonna, I'll just go fish today. I'll do this today. Like it's so fucking stupid. It's so dumb, but it's so good. It's such a good game. It's so fantastic. It's like, it's so charming. That's the biggest word to describe Animal Crossing. It's charming. Like Animal Crossing, it has the little dog that sings in chiptune on his guitar, and it has like fishing and shit. It's so good, dude. So that's my March booked. Like, March is booked for
I
me.
can't say I have anything for.
Is all your shit later?
All my shit's holiday, pretty much.
Yeah. The
Pretty
closest
much
thing.
what I'm looking forward
Yeah,
to
the
is all
closest thing
holidays.
is Cyberpunk
October
in
and stuff.
April. But like, is it bad that it being in first person only is really bad for me. Like I want to see my guy. Like, what's the
Yeah,
point
sure.
of
What's the point
walking
of
up
dressing
to a
up?
What's the point of walking up to a
Well,
closet?
cutscenes, right?
Nope.
No? Your guy's in the cutscenes.
Nope.
Who's the guy in the
They
cutscenes?
specifically that was the big news that people were upset about. First person cutscenes. Because the game is in first person.
What's the cutscenes we see already? The trailers.
Those are
Those are just
not a thing.
trailers?
Those
That's
are
not
not going to
in-game?
be a thing.
Really?
So like the early gameplay that we have seen that show your character in cutscenes, no longer. First person cutscenes.
Kind of diminishes the point of
And,
getting all dressed
it's
up.
exactly like it's a solo player game. Even like, I mean, this is a little bit different because in Bethesda games you can play the entire game in third person, but who the fuck does? I don't.
I hope not.
I hope
nobody
not
does.
too. You're playing the game wrong. If you play any of the Bethesda RPGs in third person, you're doing it wrong. You heard
The
it
only
here
reason you
first.
should be playing in a third person is to check out the armor you just
Exactly.
equipped.
You heard it
And
here
then
first.
Quickly go back to first.
Two guys, one mic. You heard it here first. You're playing the fucking game wrong. But what in a solo RPG, that especially in a solo RPG, like if you like loot based, like I get you'll be able to look at your guns, but like that goes half the fucking loot that I care about is
Yeah.
what I'm wearing or what my cybernetics are gonna fucking do. You know what I'm saying? That literally cuts the game in half for me specifically because I'm such a weird person that focuses on cosmetics and appearances so much. Like that's just who I am. That's how I enjoy games. That is a huge blow to me not seeing my character. And they specifically said you will see your character, but all of the cutscenes and the gameplay are all in first person. So mirrors, maybe a mirror you walk by.
Reflections on a puddle. I'm gonna be looking at a lot of puddles if that's gonna
It's
happen.
weird. I don't understand. Like
I mean, I wouldn't see a reason to make such amazing looking outfits.
yeah, right.
Like that jacket that they showed off.
Fucking
That jacket
amazing.
was fire.
It's amazing.
dope as hell. When am I gonna see it? When I decide to put it on? That's the only time. Like I would have loved to have been able to see it in a cutscene. I mean, yeah, it's probably gonna affect the story if I'm wearing just my skivvies in a cutscene or something like that. But
So it says first person game. Blah blah blah.
about in chat, what are you guys looking forward to? Type in one game that you're most
maybe-
looking forward to for this year.
Maybe when you're on a bike, motorcycle.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Motorcycle. I think.
It's not that bad though.
Nah, yeah, that's fine. I mean, as long as there's
Because
some.
there's a lot of traversal.
Right. As long as there's some, I'm okay. I'm going to I'm going to force my dumbness away and just be like, you know what? You're gonna play the game. You're gonna enjoy it. Because like for me, first person. I mean like, single player games aren't usually my jam, unless it's a Bethesda title. Like
Yeah.
it's really just not like I'm not even saying like I'm competitive because I'm not fucking nasty at any games. Like I'm good at Fortnite,
You don't have to be nasty to be competitive.
but that's what keeps you.
A lot of people that are competitive aren't really the best. They just like it. They like the adrenaline rush of trying to get to that.
Yeah, but if you're like
dominating
shit,
another person.
but if you're shit at the game, that'll kind of deter you from wanting to play it. Really.
If you're shit at the game, you're usually not competitive. Like
Right.
me. I'm shit at most games, so I'm not really competitive. I say the game's trash, but I just don't care to learn to get better at it. It doesn't. I don't get the excitement that I get from getting a new piece of loot
Right.
or getting.
I like loot. I like loot more than the fucking next guy, but I just want something to do with it. Like that's my biggest thing. Like if I like, that's kind of why the Division is kind of, and Destiny in some ways, well, the exact same way, are a little bit better. Not better than Borderlands, but in that sense is like, even if I'm done with the PVE portion, I could still use this shit, even if it is, and I know it's not, but even if it is just cosmetic, it has some function in PvP. You know what I'm saying? Like having that ability.
I mean, Division's amazing. That's such an amazing concept to have.
Yeah,
the
no, it was dope.
PvP and then
Yeah, the
you go
Dark
into
Zone
the
was
Dark
something
Zone
that
and you're able to use
the
your
Dark
shit
Zone.
to
I'll
fight
give
other
it. I'll
people.
definitely give it to that. Like the Dark Zone was. I don't like the direction they took it in because I'm a fan of the OG Dark Zone, like the fucking ruthless cutthroat.
Yeah.
Like we're boys, and then No, we're
I
not.
miss those sticky grenade videos.
Oh,
Those
yes,
sticky grenade
I have
videos
one.
are
I'm
like
gonna have to post that.
the cream of
So
the
I think what
crop.
we need to do when we're done here. So question to you before we sign off and do all that shit. What do you think is how frequently is this show? Like, you think? I was thinking weekly is too frequent and monthly is too infrequent. So I was thinking maybe bi-weekly or something. Like, I don't know.
I was actually going more towards a weekly.
Weekly? You think?
Yeah.
But my thing is like, I'm down. I'm down.
I mean, what do you guys think?
We've been talking for 2 hours, so like I think we'll have
I mean,
enough.
not every show is going to be.
That's what I'm
2
saying.
hours.
I think 1 hour is long enough, and we need to.
This is our first episode that we
Right.
didn't record because I'm a jackass. So hopefully I have my VODs on.
So Thursdays, you want
Hopefully we can save that.
Thursdays
somewhere.
is good, or you want to do Fridays?
Fridays would probably be better.
Fridays. So we'll aim. So as a community, So after we're done here, I think we need to talk about social medias, and
Yeah.
and shit like that. But
Actually,
like a Twitter, because I was just gonna say, like, I have a clip from the Division of me. So 2 dudes were plotting on me in the dark zone, and I'm running away from them, and I hear them talking over the mic.
yeah.
They're talking shit like, "Oh, we're gonna get him," blah blah blah. I lead them off into a cut. It's just a little tiny hallway, and it's like a room in a hallway. I turn around and just bang on them with a sticky and kill them both. And it was like, and I clipped it, so I should still have that clip, and that would be a perfect thing to put on our Twitter. Like, this is the clip that we were referring to, so I think a Twitter would definitely be dope.
We will be making a 2 guys 1 mic YouTube, and I think we should do a Twitter.
Yeah,
for
Twitter's
just,
important.
just
Twitter's
show.
important. Instagram, all that shit's kind of
Yeah.
unnecessary, but definitely Twitter, Discord, and YouTube.
Yeah.
So
We're actually gonna be signing off. So I mean, we're gonna be hosting Solo Joker. I think that would be our best. I love that guy. He shows
he's
me
lit.
love every time
he
I
showed
go
me
in.
he
I
showed me
mean,
hella love last
he's
time.
an amazing streamer. So I mean, I'd love to just show him some love.
So with that being said, we're gonna host him. Thank you guys so much for coming out for the first show. Like we said, we're gonna try to do this weekly. We're gonna have just dumb shit to talk about. I want to have segments that involve the chat more. You know, whether it be questions or
Yeah, we'll
Whatever the
eventually
case
get to a
is.
point where we start throwing some polls out. We'll
Right,
start
right.
being a lot more interactive. This was just introductions, kind of getting a feel of
how
what we like,
what we
as
can
gamers
do and what we can do in the future and shit.
various topics. I mean, it's gonna get heated at some point. 'cause
Definitely.
Our group chat gets a
We
little
actually
crazy.
didn't argue today, which was surprising.
And
framework,
it's
exactly.
gonna be fun. We're gonna stay with the theme of, because it's kind of like when you meet up with your boys to talk about stuff in the lunchroom.
Exactly.
You go to the lunchroom, you start talking shit
bullshit.
about what's been going on.
You know, swearing. You don't get to swear in class. We're over here, blah, 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 talking shit. You know, it's just a fun little spot. You know what I'm saying? More fun picture.
Eventually, I'd like to have like just a random,
gameplay, like
person
gameplay,
just walking
whatever,
by,
yeah, right.
like looking and like doing stuff. But that's like
There's a lot we can do. We just, this is the perfect opportunity, that being the first episode where we can build on this. So like, it was great. I thought I was nervous going into it. Like, I just wanted to make sure we had enough shit to talk about, and we had too much to talk about.
Yeah.
So it's been fucking great. Thank you everybody for stopping by. Like we said, we're gonna host one of our boys. He's a great guy. He showed us love. The last time I streamed, he made it insane. So definitely show him some love. So yeah, weekly. We're gonna try to do this every Friday. If not, we'll we're gonna be making the social medias, and we'll post on there.
We'll keep you updated. Whether if we're gonna move it to a Thursday, but I think Fridays will work perfect for me.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Because my kids usually go to my mom's on.
Usually
Fridays.
if I have work on Fridays, it's usually like not at 3 o'clock. So it'll be in the morning, and then I can come here, or it'll be at fucking.
Yeah,
midnight,
so I mean, we'll keep you guys posted. We'll let you know.
Yeah, thank you guys
thank
so
you
much.
everyone for the sparks. Cuba, thank you for that host. That was amazing. I appreciate that. If you guys haven't followed Cuba, go follow Cuba. She is hilarious. Like, I enjoy her stream so much. And show my boy Solo Joker some love when we host. I'll see you guys next time.